Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judgment. I'm going to start by saying this. I cannot win, okay? I can't win. So I release a video for Arsenal win. I release a video for Chelsea. I say Chelsea, insane comeback. But yeah, I'm actually shaking my ass for Arsenal. 100% yes. Arsenal, you know what, my man? Someone commented on my Arsenal video saying that someone commented on my Arsenal video earlier and said, oh, you definitely support Arsenal. And when I released my Chelsea video, they said you would love yourself an Arsenal. So can you make up your mind, people? Do I support Arsenal or I support Chelsea? Can people make up their mind? Literally, you are a bum and you hate, and you absolutely hate it, and you're jealous that I'm successful. You're jealous that I'm successful, alhamdulillah. You're jealous that people watch my videos, and this is why you're here. I swear to God, you're jealous of the success. You're jealous that someone that doesn't support the Premier League team can actually be very close to 50,000 likes, 50,000 subscribers. So you're just jealous that there are millions of people that watch my channel. Alhamdulillah, there are thousands of people that watch my channel. You're jealous that I'm trying to be honest. You're jealous, and that's why you're here. And the problem is you're watching. And you cannot debate me on any points. I would welcome anybody to debate me. And people know that there's a lot of people that used to be viewers. Martin used to be a viewer. And Martin now is always with me, with Hussam. We text on the side, actually, apart from the games. There are a lot of people that used to watch us, Redline Teranga, and we text on the side. They got my number. I'm not like a big head or anything. People know that I would talk to, I talk to everybody. But the problem is haters like you that don't like that I'm getting views, that alhamdulillah, I made this a full-time job. And that is a problem with people like you, that you don't like it, right? That's the problem. Hit the like button. People are here. There's about 300 people in the house. So let's get the likes up. Marshall is joining us from Casual EFC. Soon, big up everyone that joined us. Hit that like button. We got Fawzi TV in the house, repping Liverpool after a magnificent win. Havertz and Ekitiki bowling. My man Martin today with his Havertz props coming in with the guns, of course. Havertz scored, Gyökeres scored. Of course, Arsenal smashing Leeds away. Chelsea, magnificent comeback. Absolutely insane. One of the best comebacks I've seen, actually. Not just because it's just a comeback, because of the way that they did it. Because the way that Chelsea did it. Of course, we'll talk about all of that. We'll analyze all the games. It is late, guys. It's past midnight for a lot of people. So hit that like button. Give me to 200 likes and I'll be all right with it. So hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I'm very close to 50,000 subs. Hit that like button. And I I want you to go and watch my video and then come back. I'm not gonna put any comments from you today, to be honest, negative. Talk to me. Where do we start? We have to start with Liverpool. We have to start with Ekitike and Wirtz. We have to start with Liverpool under Arne Slot, turn it around. And who's closer to make Champions League football, Liverpool or Chelsea? Talk to me, Fawzi. Well, who's your man of the match, Ekitike or Wirtz first?
I thought Ekitike was man of the match, but Wirtz got it at the end. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Listen, they're having a great partnership, them two. And we did speak about Wirtz. We did say it's going to take him time. We did say he will, it's his age, guys. You know what I mean? He's just a young player. What is he, 21, 22? So it was always going to take him time to get to where he is right now. And was it 11? Something like that. 6 goals he scored. So, and he's creating chances for other players at the moment. And I know that things are a bit too late in regards to the way we're playing right now, coming back to form and all that stuff. But it was always gonna, they were always gonna be hit at some stage. And it's looking pretty good right now with them two. I'm not gonna change my mind about the manager. You know what I mean? After you saw me in the beginning of the season. I was honest about it. I feel like he should have like done it slowly. He should have done it slowly in the beginning of the season, and then integrated these new players in. But he took the risk. It didn't pay off. A lot of Liverpool fans, not just me, want him out. You know what I mean? Because you can't win a league one season and be this bad the next season, guys. That's a big off. That's a big.
You're kicking on now. So why are you complaining? You're kicking on now. You're kicking on. You're playing well.
And a depleted Newcastle team. Come on, guys.
Yeah, come on. You come back from 1-0 down.
Where's Gyokeres? Where is
yeah, but you can't use that. You play the team that is put in front of you, because again, if that team had beat you today, you'd be saying something different. You know what I mean? So you play who's in front of you.
Bro, we're the current champs. We're not supposed to be sixth. We're not supposed to be fifth.
You're also not a second club.
I totally agree with you. You're not supposed to be there right now, but at least you have started turning it around. There's too much quality in this Liverpool team for you guys.
We'll see it. We'll see where we finish at the end.
I love how everyone has to
I'm just saying, like,
Liverpool fans.
Yeah, there's
you're the one saying no, this is bad, and we're all going like, no, it's great. You're doing really good.
I really honestly think that you guys have way too much quality players to not be able to qualify. You will qualify for Champions League. That's a certain.
We'll see, bro.
That's a given. You will qualify. It's.
What do you mean you will qualify? What is that? Who's gonna miss out? Chelsea or Man United?
No, there's going to be 5 teams. Remember, there's going to be 5.
Yeah, someone is gonna have to miss out from Chelsea, Man United, or Liverpool.
I think it's going to be, as much as I called United my dark horse, I think they might be the one to miss out this year. I think they just might be the ones to maybe by a point or something.
Yeah,
it's going to be very close.
There's 13 games to go.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, there's still a lot of games to play.
I'm gonna make a poll now, and I want everyone to vote. Guys, I'm gonna make a poll on who's gonna miss on Champions League football. You need to pick one club. Hit the like button and vote. Go ahead.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like for me, I hear this thing from a lot of fans where it's like, oh, well, Liverpool, we have standards, and I say, yeah, I agree. But the point is, if you're already down and you need to get back up to where you are, you have to climb again. You're not going to wake up one day and then just start smashing teams 5-0 overnight. But you can see the progression. You guys played very well today. There's a difference between when you were winning games, drawing games, and you're playing badly. That you can complain about. My team is not playing well, but they're finding ways to get a point or finding ways to win a game. But you played well. You came back from I think they scored first, if I'm not mistaken.
This is the first time we've come back from a goal
down. Exactly. You came back from a goal down and you dominated the game. You did
game of the season, yeah. That's good.
Yeah. So that's a good thing. That's a good sign for me. It's like,
I love it. I love when a team at the top is giving me advice. You know what I mean?
No, it's not about being at the top. It's not about being at the top. I'm just no.
When you're at the top, you gotta help people.
Listen, look, I'm not even trying to banter you. I'm actually saying, like, it's the same thing I'll say to Arsenal. When we're playing badly and getting points, we needed to start playing well, because if you're not playing well consistently, you cannot win. Like, eventually it's going to catch up to you. You can't go 12 games, 13 games playing badly and just finding ways to win and scrape a point and not, I want to see performance, because that tells me, and that once it's consistent, even if you lose the next game, but you play very well, you're like, all right, this form is sustainable enough to win you more games in the future. than when it's just like, you're struggling and then you're getting points. That's what I meant by that. It's not, I'm not giving Liverpool any advice. You guys, I really don't want you to qualify for Champions League if I want to banter you, to be honest.
Listen, we don't qualify as the aim
I want you to be the worst champions ever if it's left to me, but that's not going to happen. So,
Marshall, what do you think? Do you think if it's between you and Liverpool, so forget Man United, what do you think? I'm going to talk about the Chelsea comeback because apparently, guys in the chat, apparently I am the only one who was so excited about the comeback for Chelsea that I was so hyped in my match reaction that even Chelsea fans are cussing me for hyping up. Like I got Mo, big up Muhammad Qasim, of course. Muhammad from the Blue Lounge. He's like, Mo, no, it's too early. Bro, you came back from 2-0 down in the last minute. Be hyped. If this is my team, I'll be fucking so hyped about this.
People don't know how to enjoy. They don't know how to enjoy a game anymore. Like enjoy your team winning, then you can literally criticize them after anything. But enjoy that.
I'm gonna analyze the Chelsea, but I get Posey, bro. Newcastle at home, you're 1-0 down. Harvey Barnes hit the post. Ikitike scoring brilliant goals. Versus playing.
How we started the game, isn't it?
Shit. Your energy shit. It's shit.
But
going back to Marshall.
All the fans have gone and basically become slot out. And they've all thought that they're going to get Alonso next week. So him winning is actually uncomfortable for them.
It is, man.
Okay, Marshall, who do you think is going to miss out between you and Liverpool? If you are to choose one.
If I were to choose one, oh, man. I'm going to say Liverpool. Just because my team does have that tendency of picking it up towards the tail end of the season. And, I mean, we're getting results, right? We're getting results now. So this was the time of the year last season where we weren't getting results. So we're catching up. We're closing the gap again to that top four. So, and I said it before, Mo, I've been here multiple times. My team steps up when it's big games. You look at our fixtures towards the end, we have big games and a lot of them.
So why do you think Liverpool are going to miss out? You don't have the same squad as Liverpool. You don't have the same team as Liverpool.
We don't. But
and the manager as well. You don't have the same manager. Your manager is unknown. Listen, great second half today, but I think Liverpool have the. I think, for example, Wirtz is hitting form, which is there is something that I want to speak about today. Good goal and great assist. He literally dribbled past the team.
Yeah.
I want to speak about Palmer versus Wirtz because now Palmer is back fit and he's not having good games.
Fit? I don't know.
What do you mean?
I remember the beginning.
I don't know if he's actually fit. I don't know if that's just PR or whatever.
They said he's fit. No, they said he's fit.
Yeah, they said he was fit two months ago when he came back from his groin injury, and he's still groin injury. Like I don't know. I don't know if he's actually fit. Like that just. Genuinely, I don't know what to believe with my club in the PR.
But why would they play him if he's not like that? Would be very, very stupid for them.
Because Dio, we need a win. We need victories.
I know, but
I don't think he helped you as much.
Just because you need a win, you're not going to damage your assets. That's you guys paid 45 million for him, and right now, forget the fact that maybe he's not been firing on all cylinders. If he goes on the transfer market, that's a lot of money. He's still a valuable player.
You say that, Dayo, but at the end of the day, managers get put in positions where they need to desperately get a win out of nowhere, and they'll play players through injuries. Some players will not admit they're fully.
I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to Chelsea.
I don't want to come back. Yeah.
I want to come back. Because I want to have sections about I want to come back to Chelsea. I want to talk about Liverpool. Slot. Is Slot now is gonna stay at Liverpool?
Yes.
No.
Why? Because no.
Maybe to the end of the season.
Fozzie, you gotta look in the mirror sometimes and realize what club you are. You're not Chelsea. You're not United. You don't do the sacking and firing of managers. Like, let's be real.
Sorry?
You guys stick with the manager. He's won. You don't. You don't hire
and
fire managers.
Do you know how long I've been here? I've been here since the 80s, bro. So my team does sack people. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah, that's
fine.
You're not
the modern era. Not the modern era, Fozzie. Not the modern era. Not the new regime.
We had the same manager for 9 years. We had the same manager for 9 years. Of course, there's no sacking. We had Jurgen for 9 years. What are you saying? You know what I mean? We had Rodgers sacked. We had Roy Hodgson sacked. We had Benitez sacked. I could give you the list if you want. From
Benitez was there for how long, though?
Sorry?
Benitez was there for how long? seasons, 4 seasons.
What 2005, 2005 to what was it? 2024. So 2004, 5, all the way to what was it?
Posey, the fact that you can't say 2004 to 2005 just shows what I'm trying to point out. You don't hire and fire managers.
The same
That's just
season.
not what you do.
Listen, we're not
At least in the modern
Chelsea.
era.
I agree with you. We don't like
My
Chelsea.
wife
I agree,
is-
but we do
So-
sack. We do sack managers.
Yeah, I know.
No, I
but
think
you're-
what he's saying. I think what Fozzie, what he's saying is that on the average, your Liverpool is the kind of club that will at least give him another two seasons before they make sure they sack him. Like after
Mate,
winning
yeah.
the Premier League,
He's made
like
so
the way,
much.
the way you guys have, just the way you
he-
guys have.
Bro, he made so much errors. It's
I know, but
I don't disagree.
What he's
Listen,
I
done.
don't
Fozzie, we can only go by what we've seen Liverpool do in the past, right? Which is Liverpool tends to keep managers 2-3 seasons before they fire the manager. Chelsea tends to keep a manager for 6 months and they'll fire the manager, bring another one,
Yeah, but
fire
the
the
thing
guy.
is,
Like, you know,
bro,
so
the difference is this manager is dumb. You know what I mean? There's
Well,
nothing.
when you a prem,
I
it
guess
gives
what-
him a
I
lot of leverage.
I guess for the I know,
That's
but
wrong.
again,
That's
Fozzie,
wrong.
I guess for the
season sometimes.
See, I guess for the fans, he's done. And that's the truth. Most fans will
Yeah.
be done with their manager if this is happening at their club. But for your ownership and what they've shown in the past and how they've operated, unless they're changing their model overnight to say, all right, this is what it is, then
Bro,
until I see it, it's
you
going
know
to be
what
hard
it
to
is?
believe.
You're getting fooled by the last 2 games. You know what I mean? You got to look at
No,
the
no,
season.
not by the games. I'm not talking about the games. Fozzie, I didn't speak about the games at all.
I watch Liverpool every single game. I've never missed a game in the last 20 years. I don't know how many years. I've been watching for so long. Yeah, this guy hasn't got a clue, bro. Don't judge us on these last 2 games, please,
I'm
guys.
not talking about the games, Fozzie.
I'm not
Again,
judging it based on
Judge
the
us
games.
the
I'm
whole
judging-
season.
I'm talking about your ownership and how they operate.
Judge us for the whole season and what he did wrong. You know what I mean? No sane manager. No manager for what he's done should be at a job. No way.
I agree with you, but now but then you're qualifying. Fozzie, you're qualifying what I'm saying. though.
He made so much errors, and not only that, when you're spending $500 million and you're not showing anything, after that, and then you're probably going to potentially not win a trophy at the end of the season. That should not be that shouldn't be a
But
manager.
you're
that should be a
qualifying.
man's response.
I know, but you're qualifying what I'm saying, though. I'm saying your ownership is not one to look at everything you said right now
I
and
don't know
fire
what
this
else
guy.
you're talking about. Listen, if
I
the
said-
fans,
I said-
if the fans are already turned on him, you know what I mean. If the fans
Yeah,
don't want him there, more or less the guy is gone. Let me just put it that way.
Listen, I
Diary,
agree
one
with you.
second.
The fans, I agree with you. The fans can be, their minds can be made
We're
up.
not Chelsea. I agree. We're not that type
No,
of club.
that's
but
what I'm saying. I'm saying that
there-
by now, everything that you're saying, by now, Slot should be out by all
Yes.
standards. By now, if it
And I
was Chelsea
agree.
Slot, if it was Chelsea Slot,
Mhm.
would be out by now.
But he
I'm
won the
saying
league.
your ownership probably is going to wait till the end of the season. If he, for some
That's why I
random
said-
reason,
That's why I said he's gonna. Stay
I
to
know.
the-
Listen, but for some random reason, if this guy gets to the Champions League final, your ownership will keep him.
Yeah.
The way your
100%.
ownership is, if he gets to the final of the Champions League, I don't know about winning. You guys have won it before, so there's every chance
I
that.
don't know what
Liverpool
you guys
will win it.
watch. I
But
really
I'm just
don't.
saying, like, your ownership is just the way, like, they operate. That, like, for me, it's the
Bro.
same way. It's the same way Arsenal's ownership. I look at this. They've stuck with Mikel Arteta. Like, I've seen their methods of how they run all their other franchises, and I say to myself, these guys are not people that are going to fire this guy. The Cronkies are not that type. They fired one manager in all their franchises, one in the last 10 years.
But can I say something? Why would they fire
Probably
guys?
Bulgarian.
I'm gonna ask you guys something for real. Why would they fire the guy if they are playing well and they win games and they make fourths or something? Like,
hang
can
on.
I
No,
want to be
no.
honest. Arne Slot fucked up. 20 games he fucked up. He's shit. Okay, garbage. Same for Maresca. Midway through the season, last season, 15 games, he was trash by Chelsea. They were losing left and right. They dropped. Arne Slot have won the league. We have to have honest conversations sometimes about managers. What if Arne Slot gets back to winning ways? They reach a Champions League semi-final, they get knocked out by a PSG or a Real Madrid or something like this, and he corrects it, and Wirtz is cooking, Iketik is cooking, you know what I mean? Van Dijk is back. Why you must fight? Like, sometimes people are stuck in their own way that we become victims of our stubbornness. Sometimes you gotta say, yeah, maybe he got it wrong. Maybe there was something going on. He didn't get the tactics correct, but he won me the league before and he fixed up. He can win it again. Like, even us, I'm a neutral. Maresca was hard. He doesn't have enough experience. He's not good enough. And then he started the season, okay, I said, like, I'm gonna wait and see. And then middle of the season, he was bad. And then when he fixed it at the end of the season, we said, okay, now he
You know-
deserves another chance.
You know
Like
what it is, bro?
Liverpool fans sometimes,
No, don't.
you
don't-
do
don't
not
start.
have to be
Don't
so.
start.
You do not have to be so stubborn.
Don't
okay.
say that, bro. I was here defending him when people wanted the man.
Okay.
Don't forget that. Yeah, I came on here and everybody laughed at me, called me a clown when I was saying like, leave him alone. I'm not part of those new fans, that want to manage it out.
All right.
I sat there and I watched this, guys. Tactically, he doesn't know anything.
Was he good today?
Forget about today. I'm talking about the overall, mate. This is what you do when you win a Premier League. Yeah, when you win a Premier League, you don't disrespect the Premier League. Retaining the Premier League is very hard. You don't just come on here. He had the attitude of, oh, I'm just gonna play next season. We're gonna transition during the season. We're gonna outscore teams because we bought Ekitike, Isak, Florian Wirtz. That attitude he came with. He didn't really analyze the opponents that he's facing. That's what winners do, bro. They don't just look at their own team. They look at the rivals as well. What they strengthened. How can we, overcome that and as a football club? And that's what he did not do. His arrogance is what got him here. His arrogance is what should get him the sack at the same time as well. He ruined the whole season. When we was talking about the beginning of the season, what did I say, Mo? We're head and shoulders above everybody else. Remember? I said that word. And then you used that word eventually after that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's where I was at the time. But watching this like throughout the season, and we're coming like scoring against Newcastle and Karabakh and all that stuff, you think like the season's changed? Nothing's changed, man.
So you don't think that it changed?
Have you seen the first half of this game? How bad we was as
Yeah,
well?
30 minutes it was shit.
It was basketball.
Imagine when Gyokeres and these other players were playing in that team. How bad we could have been if their best players were there.
Okay, I'm not arguing. Fuzzy, I'm not arguing.
I don't
So
think
what
I
I'm
can process this. You know what I mean?
what I'm arguing with you is not this. Okay, it will. If you think that he's not turning around, and none of us is saying that he's turning it around. We're saying if he gets you Champions League football and he reaches Champions League final and Wirtz is playing well and Ekitike is playing well for a number of games, you can have a conversation with yourself. You cannot be just stubborn.
If he's staying to the end of the season, he has to earn the trust back. He has to win a Beige trophy. You know what I mean? I know he can't win the Premier League anymore.
Oh, here we go.
He needs to win the Champions League.
Liverpool win 2 league titles in 30 years, and they get giddy, and they think that like, oh my god, we're gonna have to.
It's not going to change.
He can't get away with what he did this season. He can't get away with the
I
arrogance.
think you're going where I'm going.
Go on.
I'm not going to make excuses for managers like that, but when you spend 500, it's not like you plug all that stuff in and instantly like works, right? And if he's showing signs that he's finally getting some love out of Wirtz, Ekitike has been cooking since day one.
I wasn't here in the beginning of the season, and I told Mo in the beginning, said Mo can vouch for me, and I said he's done too quick. He done this too quickly, putting the new players in too quickly. I said majority of the team that won the Premier League was already there. If he slowly integrated that team, I think he would have been in a better position. But he pushed it too early, and look at the outcome.
The thing is, though, I think
There you go.
unfortunately,
I'm not here lying to you guys. I asked Mo. I said that in the beginning. And
Guys,
Mo,
I'm not saying that he should stay. I am saying sometimes things go the wrong way, but if managers fix it, we cannot just sit here and say, yeah, he should be gone. Like, okay, regardless. Like I have some Liverpool fans telling me, regardless of this season, unless he wins the Champions League, he should be gone. Okay, you're asking something very impossible.
I know.
You're basically, I know, I don't know the word in English. I don't know the word in English. Maybe the Arab people in the chat can tell me.
No,
but we have this thing, بيحط العقدة في المنشار, means you want it to get stuck. And then you complain. You want it to get stuck. You're like,
you want to eat your cake and have it at the same time. You say he's not good enough as a manager. You want him out, but unless he wins the that's a tricky thing. That's a tricky thing to say. Like, listen,
the league, my friend.
Listen. I hear you. I agree with a lot of things that you're saying. At this stage, he should be out. But this is on FSG, your ownership, who have not fired him.
Thank you.
And then you're now saying, at the end of the day, the only way he can get his trust back is to go win the Champions League, even though you don't rate him. No, hold on. Even though you don't rate him and you want him out.
No respect for him anymore after what he did.
But that's my point.
Thank you for the Premier League. What he did last
and
season.
fair enough.
entirely on
And
him,
we're
though,
not
right?
saying this. And we're not saying it's fixed. See, Fawzi, this is the problem. None of us,
Said
me,
it's
Marshall, Martin, Dayo, thinks it's fixed because you fucking won against Newcastle.
Yeah.
We're not saying that. None of us.
By the end of the season.
We haven't said that, people. Why are you guys assuming that we said that? We are saying if it gets better, and he fixes the form, and you win against City, you cut it close to them, maybe you finish third, maybe you finish fourth, you're comfortable in the champs, maybe at that time, maybe, by the way, you want to be careful what you wish for. Maybe you get Alonso and it goes tits up again. You're guaranteed that Alonso's going to make it work, right? Unless you're getting Pep Guardiola, nothing is guaranteed.
And
So if
there's
it's
also-
going well for you, nothing is
there's
guaranteed.
also so many
I
factors
don't
too
know if
that
you ever
we're-
listen to these press conferences. I don't know.
I know,
if you,
I do
who
listen,
cares
and he's
about
an
the
idiot.
press
Okay,
conferences?
I do
I
listen.
don't know if you ever watched the connection between him and the
I
fan
do
base.
listen.
There's none. You know what I
That's
mean?
fair,
The guy
yeah.
does not really connect with anything at football club. Alonso will connect with the football
But he's
club.
Dutch, and
our
that's what the
former
Dutch
player.
do, right? They're very blunt in the way they
Liverpool
address
is an
things.
emotional club, guys. You know what I mean? We have
Yeah.
connected with
We
our
haven't said.
I understand that, but at the end of the day, like when we talk about FSG and what they're gonna do, let's also be honest. FSG have a lot to blame as well for how the season's gone.
I'm not
I
a
mean,
FSG fan, bro.
I know, I get it. I didn't think you were. I don't think
I
a
know
lot of
what their
Liverpool fans
intentions
are.
Yeah,
But
I know what their
in terms of what Arne Slot has to deal with, he has the argument at the end of the season. If he does get you guys back in Champions League, he can pull up to FSG's office with the argument of, listen, we couldn't re-sign Trent, so you had to rely on Connor Bradley, who is now out for the rest of the season, I believe, right? Then Frimpong, who can't stay fit. You got rid of Andy Robertson, who is my only leader, right? Now you have Van Dijk, who is on a decline. Konate, who is not ready for that, to take the step up. Salah also, whether he's on a decline or not, or just not playing for the manager. And look at Isak. Isak's not there. And he's one of the biggest signings that if you did get that to work, maybe he could, maybe he didn't. I didn't think he was gonna, but maybe you got that to work, and maybe your season changes completely.
Season. You know,
It changes the way your season plays out completely. So
We're not telling
there's so
you
many
how
factors.
to feel. None of us is telling
I know
Liverpool fans
what
how
you
to
guys are
feel.
saying.
right?
I'm just trying to give
What
you
we're
my side.
saying is that sometimes you gotta take these small wins. Sometimes you gotta take these small wins and enjoy these small wins. You never know how long they will last, right? You guys think that Alonso, because I've had it. Liverpool fans are saying, "Oh, Alonso's gonna come in and we're gonna do this and do that." That's not guaranteed. To be honest with you,
No.
that's not guaranteed.
I'm willing to take a risk.
I just know that at the end of the day, one thing is just looking back at the trajectory of how your ownership has operated. They're going to keep this guy till the end of the season.
What is
And
the
if-
project, isn't it?
and if for any reason, listen, and if for any reason he gets you into a semi-final, final of the Champions League, if for any reason with all this Isak injury and no right back, and he can make that excuse
And
that
Salah
case,
AFCON and
Salah
problem, there's
AFCON and
tons
this-
of shit.
I'm
True,
telling you,
yeah,
like, if
there's a lot of
you make
excuses
that
you
case,
can pull
your
out.
ownership, knowing your ownership and how they've operated in the past, and just looking at them from the outside, I don't know them like you know them. I believe they'll keep him. I believe they'll keep him. And again, it's not because I think he deserves to be there. Personally, if I own the club, I fire this guy 3
Thank you
weeks
very
ago.
much.
No,
Thank you.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'll do. But your ownership hasn't done that, and we don't see any signs that they plan to do that. That's
We'll see then.
all I'm saying. You know,
We'll
so
see when the
yeah,
fans get angry. We'll see what they're doing.
I want to speak a little bit now about the positives. You know what? It's too depressing, this show, bro. Some fans, when they make up their minds, they only care about their opinion. Look, Arteta haters. Slot is the same situation as Pep's last year.
Arteta was there for how many years, man? Come on, man. There's two different managers, man. Come on.
I know
He
Pep
messed
has
up.
a lot of credit in the bank. Slot doesn't have credit in the bank as much. You know what I mean? Like Slot doesn't have as much credit in the bank as Pep Guardiola is.
yeah, again, because it was it's what's his name that owns that league from last season. No, it's not Slot's son.
But sometimes it's a personality
It
thing.
belongs
Like
to
you
Klopp.
can just
It
know
belongs
that
to
you
Klopp
got
because
class
that's
with
what-
it.
Let Martin, can we get more? I want Martin. Go ahead.
I just think sometimes it's a personality thing, like especially with the stuff that Slot's been saying that's kind of cheeky and like
Yeah.
he's kind of not doing much to like
he's not
make a
helping
case for
himself.
himself.
Bringing up
Yeah.
Jurgen Klopp's Europa League loss and all that stuff. Like, what is that all about, man? Like, we don't need to hear.
That was a
Talk
weird
about your
comment.
I hear you. I wanna.
Yeah, and again, the league last year that he won, that's Klopp's. That belongs to Klopp, not him. That's
And then
Klopp's.
he's talking about
It's Klopp's
that
team.
league as well. Oh, if we didn't get out to PSG, we wouldn't have won the league.
Depressing,
Like,
it's
you're about how many
unbelievable.
points clear? You only need 7 to win. What? Come on, guys.
Yeah,
Like,
but
why
again,
do
I
you
just
have to
think,
sit here
yeah.
listen to this, man. Come on, man. Let's be realistic. The guy hasn't got.
And the guy has done and said a lot that should even get him fired by the club. Like the club should be telling him, "Why are you talking about us like this?"
Yeah.
To the media.
You want honesty? It's the Dutch thing.
I
Ten
get it,
Hag,
but
the Louis
listen,
van Gaal, the Frank de Boer. Frank de Boer managed Inter, lost 4 games, and went to speak against the board, bro. You fucking lost 4 of your first 4 games, bro. Like, I think Dutch managers have a way of talking, you know. And I remember Koeman managed Barcelona, and when they spoke against him, he spoke against the club that he supported all his life. Like, it's the way, with all due respect to all, if we have Dutch people in the chat, the Dutch managers have this ego thing about the way they talk. I can't tolerate it. Like, if this is my club, I'll flip shit. He's mocking his own club with shit, bro. Like him telling Liverpool fans that be grateful that we made it to the round of 16 2 years ago. You were in Europa League and you lost to Atalanta.
Come on, man.
Somebody to slap the shit out of the guy and
This is
tell him,
what I'm
"Broski,
listening to.
Yes.
I mean, you want me to defend
Bro.
this stuff? Come on, man.
No, nobody's
imagine
defending it. We're just
mocking
saying that
your
your
own
no,
club.
but this is what
Mocking
but
your
this
own
is,
club is
this is what we're
crazy.
saying. He
Crazy.
said something like that, and your ownership has done nothing about it. This, for
Yeah.
me, is not even about.
That's
Annie
FSG,
Slot.
though, isn't it?
This is not
Yeah.
about Annie Slot anymore for me. If a manager is saying stuff like that about the club and about the past managers and saying, "Oh, I won this club. It's second Premier League. It had only won 1 in 30 years." When the manager is talking like that about his own club,
Yeah, someone need to tell him to knock it off,
ownership,
bro.
the
Knock it off.
ownership hasn't done anything about it. So how do you expect me as a rival fan watching to be like, they're keeping this guy? Like, they're gonna keep this
Yeah,
guy.
I understand. Guys, I
And
want
you
to,
wonder
before
why
moving
I'm
on
not-
from Liverpool, got 500 people in the house. Can we get the likes up? Also, all the guys' channels. Casual AFC, big up everyone that joined us. Of
Apologies
course,
about
Casual
that
AFC,
downer, guys. You know what I
Cozy
mean?
TV.
But it is what
I
it
want
is.
to speak about how is Ikitiki the best striker in the league now. The reason why, because there were people, we had the discussion on the channel. Why are you doing this, Martin?
Haaland's still there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just checking.
Maybe
I
the second best forward. Maybe the second. Ekitike was compared to Viktor Gyökeres.
Igor Thiago was still there.
Ekitike is better than Igor Thiago. Have some shame on the quorum.
Okay, let's see then.
Have some shame.
I hear you.
Ekitike. Because there was a
I'm just
conversation
talking
about
the goals. Just
Ekitike, João Pedro, Gyökeres, blah, blah, blah. If João Pedro is this, João Pedro is that. So it's Haaland, yes. Haaland is the best striker.
Oh, it's a top scorer. Yeah.
You said
Yeah.
this season. You said this season, though. That's the question you asked.
I think that Ekitike is very good. Haaland is a magnificent striker. There's nobody better. But the difference between Haaland and Ekitike is very simple. Is Erling Haaland is the best striker, right? But Ekitike, even if he gets involved in the game more, he's kind of like a João Pedro kind of player, like drops deep, get involved, pass the ball, plays
He's a
these
better
1-2s and
forward.
stuff. Probably, maybe I bet. Like
Yeah.
if I'm picking a striker, I'm definitely picking Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
Forward, Ekitike. Okay, forget Haaland. Like the conversation between Ekitike and Gyokeres. This was done about a week ago on my channel.
Gyökeres has
Now-
6 GA in 6 games or something. So he's finding form. He's a late bloomer like Wirtz. Huh?
Yeah, he scored 4 and given 2 assists in the last 6 games that he's played in. Again, he's not been that consistent. Nobody's saying he looks good. And again, I don't care if you look good because we've seen Haaland in the game not touch the ball for 20 minutes. And when he does, he scores the goal. My point is we brought you in to be a goal scorer. You started doing that. Today, you were in the right place at the right time, pop the ball in the back of the net. I don't care how you look. Look like the love child of Adama Traore and Brutus Gali. I don't care. Run as slow as the train or whatever. Just put the ball in the back of the net. The whole idea is now because again,
This is better. Forget. We'll come to Gyökeres when we come to Arsenal.
I'm about to say this real quick. One thing that everybody's done this season that I think is so disingenuous is to pick on Viktor Gyökeres because he plays for Arsenal without looking at the whole league. There's 20 teams in this league. There's only 2 top strikers who have over double-digit goals this season. Ekitike just scored his 10th goal today by scoring 2 goals. He was on 8 goals in 24 games. Just like every other striker was on 7, 6, 5, 5, 6, 5. 18 other teams with their strikers, both first and second strikers, were all under 10 goals. It was only Erling Haaland and Igor Thiago. And Igor Thiago is up there at 16 with 5 penalties, which means that Igor Thiago would have been at 11 barring the penalties, which means Erling Haaland is the only player to score open play goals, 19 of them. So the point again is it's been difficult for all the strikers in the league this season. But yeah, let's just pick on the one that we can all try and shit on because we bought him for 65 million and he plays for Arsenal. Man, get out of here with that
He
nonsense.
came with the biggest reputation, 40-something
Yeah,
goals.
he came with the biggest reputation. Alexander Isak came with the highest price. Why are we not? I don't care that he's injured. Before he got injured, why are we not talking about him?
He gets
He's-
lambasted too. He gets
Exactly. What are we
criticized.
doing here?
Easy-
he
easy
came with
guy.
the highest. Like, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
They,
Are you
people like the techers.
Are you
People
actually
want the.
defending him? Are you actually defending?
No, I'm not
Gyökeres
defending
at
him.
all?
We're gonna
I'm
come.
not-
I'm gonna
I'm
come
not
to Gyökeres
defending
because I
him.
want to have a
Okay.
conversation.
No.
Let's go to Joao Pedro. Link the Chelsea game with the Liverpool game. So Joao Pedro, Ekitike, Palmer, Wirtz. This is what I want to talk about. Joao Pedro, Ekitike. One is in 9 goals and 4 assists. One is in 10 goals and 2 assists.
Yeah.
He kind of played. If I'm checking here, Joao Pedro played way more minutes than Ekitike.
Yeah.
Like, so how are we finding who's a better signing for their club currently as it stands?
Like, it's easy
Marshall.
right now.
Ekitike, isn't it?
That's a good question, but
I think
think
Pedro
I gotta
hype
give
kind
it-
of went.
Why automatically is Ekitike? Joao Pedro in the league only, by the way. He has 4 goals and 9 assists. So why? I want to understand why did people say just
Ekitike in
Ekitike?
the league only has 10 goals. First and
Yeah.
foremost.
And Joao Pedro has 9 goals in
9
the league
goals.
only.
We've got 9
Yes.
goals.
So my point again is, it's still that one goal makes a difference for me. That could be 3 points.
But he
That
has
could be
4
3 points in a game.
assists and Ekitike has 2.
I'm not looking at the assist. I'm looking at goals. You said as a striker, but I thought we're comparing the Haalands and
forward,
this
as a
thing here.
forward,
As
as
a
a
forward.
forward.
That's what we're talking. Oh, just as a forward.
Yeah.
I thought you're just talking about like goals scored
As a
because this whole assist thing.
Isn't it?
I don't like.
Hang on. Isn't it how both players impact the team? We're talking about here. Like if you
Yeah,
look at
Oh, no,
Pedro,
it's part of the conversation as well.
Yeah.
Joao
Part
Pedro,
of
I
the
think
conversation.
you were unsure about him. as a striker.
How the 2 players impact the team is part of the conversation. Yes,
They're
100%.
very, very
Yeah.
similar players. I'm not gonna lie. I'll give it
don't
to
know about
Ekitike
that.
because he has age on his side. I think. Actually, how old are they? But I mean, I think
They're very
Ekitike's
close to each
younger.
other. 24 and 23. They're very
Yeah.
close to each other.
Oh, that's
24
not
and
even.
23.
Oh wow, I can't
I
even.
think Pedro is older, isn't he?
But I'm gonna tell you why I would
Yeah.
pick Ekitike over. This is my opinion. This is why I pick Ekitike.
Mm.
Because every time Joao Pedro played as a striker, I don't think he performed well. He needed someone
Yeah.
else.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Ekitike played as the striker and he still performed well.
Yeah.
Like he
Definitely.
didn't need someone next to him, and that's why I would pick Ekitike.
I think I
Be
can
honest
agree
with
with that.
I pick
And you know he does more like team build up and all that stuff as well. If you look at Ekitike,
I mean, Joao does too.
yeah.
Don't
But the
get
thing
me
is,
wrong.
Pedro.
the thing is, with Joao Pedro, you guys were unsure in it at the I think in the beginning of the season or something around.
No, 100%. Yeah.
Until a
Yeah.
few games ago.
Yeah, but at the beginning
Yeah.
of, I think the first few games
True.
for Chelsea, he did look good. He looked good for the first few games.
Yeah.
And he
The
always-
thing is, he should be
always looks
looking good. He's a Premier League player, isn't he? They bought him from Brighton. I mean,
Mhm.
Ekitike has come from the outside, so how can
Exactly,
Ekitike settle in quickly and Joao Pedro hasn't? That's the 2 different
I think
things.
Jean Pedro always looks good when you have another striker on the pitch again in front of him.
True,
Like if
true.
he plays off a striker again, when you play him as the main guy, then that's where I see the issues most
That's
of the
the
time.
problem. Yeah, you're right.
But Ekitike, play him as the main guy or play him off as off another person.
Even with Isak, he was all right.
Yeah,
to be
even with
fair.
Isak, he was all right,
I want
you know,
to move
so-
to the Chelsea game, but I want to first of all Alonso's 3-4-2-1 with Ekitike up top and Wirtz and Ulisi behind them. Yes. And Ulisi behind them and Ekitike up top and Isak on the left. So Isak up, Ekitike up top,
Isak
Isak on
be a
the
wing back.
bench, Ulisi, you know what I mean?
Back
Yeah,
three, though.
absolutely.
I mean,
Back 3. My man Grant, put the fries in the bag. Put the fries in the bag. We're not sure yet if Alonso's coming to Liverpool. I wanted to talk about why am I the only one hyped for this Chelsea comeback?
Because
Oh,
it's against
brilliant.
West Ham.
No, but I think it was a good football game though. I enjoyed it.
I
I
like it.
enjoyed it.
As
I
a
enjoyed the game.
neutral, good for you guys.
No.
I'm glad you guys
See,
enjoyed
no,
it.
see, but this is what I keep saying. At what point do you watch a football game, regardless of whether it's your team or not, and be like, this is like old school football. We're 2-0 down. We came
Have you
back.
hang on? Have
We came back.
Have Chelsea been like this before? Like with this manager? Have they done this before? Or is it the first time they've come back like this?
I think it's the first time they've come back
Oh,
with this
wow.
manager.
Yeah.
No,
first time
they
we
just
come
came back
this
with
manager.
Napoli. They just came
Oh, yeah,
back
they
against
came back with
Napoli.
Napoli. Yeah,
Oh,
they did
Napoli,
it against
yeah,
Napoli. Yeah,
yeah,
they did it against
Napoli,
Napoli,
yeah.
which is true. Yeah, but again,
Totally.
this is what I like.
Yeah.
I think we're being sometimes as fans we get to a point where we lose the essence of supporting our club. I'm supporting my club because if my club can come back from a 2-0 down and win 3-2, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't care whether it's against the West Ham because you're saying West Ham is so bad, but yet they were able to put 2 goals past me already.
You was
because
losing to
we're
teams like this
horrible.
in the
No,
beginning
no,
of the
it's
season.
against the
Offensively,
West
we're
Ham.
bad.
But they were already able to put 2 goals past you. So you showed you're better by coming back from that 2 goals and actually winning 3-2. You literally showed, all right, you know what? Maybe we slacked at the very beginning. Now you can be critical about how you played in the first half and say, well, we were slow, we didn't do this very black, you know. But to sit here and not be able to be like, yo, my team is a good team, to be able to rectify a mistake that we made, conceding 2 goals and coming back and winning that game. That's what football is about to me. That's the way I look at it. This whole, you know, let me now just come and beat my team down on the head and be like, oh, they're so bad.
No,
Can
Dad,
I ask
didn't
you?
hear-
Go ahead, Martin. Martin, go ahead.
Carragher said it. You got to get down the tunnel. Don't celebrate. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a last second win. You got to go focus on the next game. And I'm being sarcastic, obviously. It's like really boring. But I do think that there was some things with Rosenior where Chelsea fans were not happy with his team selection. 2 matches in a row, I think. First half, he was trying to rotate and be cheeky, and then he ended up just having to come back and bring on all the big names and go for it. So I don't know whether he was resting for Arsenal, but
he made the subs well. He made the subs at the right time.
Yeah,
and all your subs had an impact.
I think
All your subs had an impact. That for me is good football. The manager sees something that he's done wrong. Halfway through, he's like, you know what? I'm bringing, and everybody he brought in had an impact, scored a goal.
Yep. I know that. You got to think about it. You know, I know, I know they're like upset because what they're facing, but don't forget, I think West Ham was an unbeaten run. They beat Tottenham away. I think they beat
2 games.
I think they beat Sunderland as well. Along the way.
2-game unbeaten run.
So they actually, like, but those are difficult teams. Those are difficult teams to beat, bro. It's not like.
But apart from that, again, when I look at the comments and I see people like, oh, but it was just West Ham. But this same West Ham put 2 goals past them already in the beginning.
When you come to the Arsenal game, they're already saying it's only Leeds.
They're already saying
it's only Leeds. And they're like, when did they cut to the Arsenal game?
It's so silly. It's like it's only West Ham. But then if it's only West Ham, you should have dominated 6-0. No, this is football. 2 + 2 is not 4. If you don't show up on the day and you don't show fight and grit, you're lucky to even get that 3-2 win. You guys showed more fight and grit in the last 10 minutes of that game.
Yes.
You know, under that, they would have lost that. They would have lost that game.
You know what thing? I knew
under Maresca, we beat them at the Olympic Stadium.
Hang on, wasn't he
the Olympic Stadium's cursed.
Wasn't he losing to these teams at home? Like Sunderland's and
it happens with every manager. Like it's like yeah, sometimes we were winning these games, sometimes we were losing these games. With Rosenior, like sometimes he's winning these games, sometimes he's losing this game.
Like, bro. It's gonna take
here's the thing: there's so much nuance when it comes to Rosenior. Like right now, I don't speak for all Chelsea fans. I don't. But in my personal opinion, I don't know how to feel about the manager. For me, my big test, whether I have hope for the season or not, comes Tuesday when I have to face Dayo and Martin's team. Right? Let's see what you can do when the chips are down and you need a goal to get the penalties and 2 goals to go to the next round of the Carabao Cup. I want to see trophies. I'm a Chelsea fan, right?
Yeah.
At least from the modern era.
Oh my God. You are putting the pressure on Rosenior to go to the Emirates and get your result. Otherwise, you're going to be on his show. What is this? What happened to football? What is this?
That's for me to have hope for the season.
Oh, hope is different. Really?
Hope is different.
So what if he goes to the Emirates? What if he goes to the Emirates and lose then?
Then I don't think remember
you don't think it's good enough
Liverpool
then.
And stuff?
So
I changed my mind.
that game
is the name of the manager, mate. That's what it is. It's the name. I think
my God.
Have got a continental, big name manager. This is the way they behave.
It's not even that. It's
just
that.
And I want you to give me. I want you to give me.
We're not going to do. What we're not going to do is tell me
a name. Okay, I want to go back to the game. I want to go back to the game, but Marshall,
go ahead.
I want you to give me a name of the manager that you think will actually go to the Emirates and win with the Chelsea team against Arsenal at the Emirates.
But Maresca probably could have done it. The thing is, Maresca has shown me before in big games and big situations that he can get a result. Yes, we've had some blips like Bayern.
And Rosenior can get a result as well.
I don't know. That's the thing. I just don't know. That's what I've said. I'm in this weird space where I just don't know.
Going back to the game, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think Rosenior was forced to actually start these players?
It's like you read me like a book. Yeah, to an extent, yeah, I do.
Because me and Osam were talking about it. I said, Kukurea is a 290-minute games a week player. He's always been that guy. There is no reason for him to start Hato other than someone telling him, you have to start Hato.
What is his galaxy braining at Mo? And he thinks that he's like smarter than everyone else and he knows how to. Like, I saw Hato inverting there and I saw Garnacho being frustrated that he didn't have anyone to pass to or run past him or whatever. I feel like he was trying to like be a little bit too clever I don't think it was forced on him to like.
By the way,
really
this
do that.
inverting thing is a failure because Chelsea didn't cook until the two fullbacks did the overlaps and hold the widths. Or actually, when you invert, like the inverting thing, it doesn't happen in your half. You go be a you go inside the 18 to be a second striker like this, to leave the winger isolated, stuff like that. This inverting thing is shit. That thing that happened is gone. Khalas.
It
From
hasn't
football, that
gone
is done.
away. It didn't go away with Maresca. It stayed with Liam. What does that tell me? There's a lot of, finger on the scale from the board. And this is my opinion. Whether you want to believe it's conspiracy, some Chelsea fans agree, some don't. The PR machine is going strong towards both ends. I don't know what to believe. But the way I see it, Pochettino. Similar issues with, who's playing, what players should stay, all this and that. Maresca walks away. Same exact thing. I don't see any difference with Rosenior. I do feel the medical team have their finger on the scale as to you have to rotate these players. You have to give these guys a minute, with the board saying Garnacho's value is going down. You need to play Garnacho. Gittins, he's an up-and-coming young player. Start him, please. And I do think Rosenior is the type to say, I'll make it work. And then at halftime, he makes his subs, and I give him kudos to that, because I don't think he wanted to heavily rotate that team. Yeah. And it's like you said, Mo, Cucurella is usually 2 games a week type of player. He can play. He can
start and Hato can come in later. You don't need to bench him from the beginning. So the game is not as easy.
7 players are rotated. 7 players are rotated. So that makes me believe that I don't think the manager really has much. Like, yes, he gets to pick what players play, but I think he's forced to play certain players. And so I give him kudos for the halftime subs, but the frustrating thing with me, with this game, listen, I'm happy we won. 5 games in a row, right? Wins for Rosenior. He needs that, right? Because now Chelsea fans are very upset with how things have been going, the results, and where we are in the league. We're supposed to be in a title race. It never happened, yada, 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 right? So for him to get results, and he knows that, brilliant, especially for an inexperienced manager. He needs the results. What scares me is the performances. That first half was absolutely horrible. We spent, 50 on Garnacho and 60 million on Jamie Gittins, and our wingers look worse than last season. So when you see Garnacho give away the ball 11 times in 30 minutes, yes, I am very frustrated. When you see he is the reason why West Ham, from that right-hand side, his side, leaving Hato and Badiashile to do all the defending, giving the ball away and giving the West Ham team the chances to even be in those positions to score. It's very frustrating. But you guys are right. When the team comes back and gets the results they do, yes, I feel that it's a great feeling. It's a great dopamine, last-minute winner. That's what football's about.
But the performance in the second half was 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it was a great performance, and it's what we needed.
And that's the manager. Can I say something, guys? Any other manager, there's a couple of things I want to give credit to Rosenior here. Yeah. A lot of other managers would not be able to make the team come out of the tunnel at 2-0 down and believe that you can come back. Not only, and I said that on my match reaction, not only in terms of like the fire in their belly, but tactically. You have to make the team believe that your tactics will work, that we are going to come back.
And I give
because
credit
I said that Chelsea, in the last 5-10 minutes, Chelsea were calm, knowing that we're going to make that chance. There is about 2-3 chances in us yet if we keep believing in what manager is telling us, which is Korea going inside, Reece James holding the width, Neto keep crossing, Joao Pedro. And I felt that is, I have to give credit to Liam Rosenior. There's a lot of managers that will throw the fucking towel, right? The team kept its shape. The team kept its shape until the last minute, believing that we will be able to get that win.
There's something else that Rosenior did. There's something else that Rosenior did today that I think addresses what you believe. And I think I believe the same thing you believe, Marshall, when you say like the medical team, because I did read an article from Chelsea that said you have an independent medical team that makes its own assessments. Independent. The manager has no say over them. Literally. That's what was written in that article. So I do believe that, yes, they'll say this guy's got to play this amount of minutes. I think he was playing smart with them. He let those boys play the first half because you want the minutes on them. And he's like, yeah, all right, cool. Time for me to make my sub. Because there was no point, like you said, having Gyökeres on the bench when he's fit enough to play in this game. You know,
Mhm.
there's nothing to rest.
Can I counter that point though, Deo?
Well,
Because
You know,
Go ahead,
because people want their managers to be like smart, right? So if you play a player that your medical team says
Yeah.
this guy's going to get injured and you play him, who's the idiot? And I think that the people are making too much out of this
Yeah.
medical team controlling the team, because it makes sense to me. Like, the medical team should have the first say on who they believe can make the 60 minutes, the 90 minutes, or whatever. It shouldn't be the
fair
manager
enough,
going,
which is true.
we'll inject you and then you'll be fine and then get out there, kid, you know? So I don't know. I wanted to counter that a little bit.
Wouldn't it be better in the other way around? Like, you know, play them first and then bring them off in the second half or something like that when you get the goals and all that.
Depends if they can do 30 minutes or
Yeah.
15
Okay,
or 60,
okay,
I
okay.
suppose. But
Okay.
each has their own thing. I think Palmer's in that situation where
Mm.
maybe the medical team's saying that he should get an operation or whatever. The player doesn't want to do it, and the manager's like, okay, if you're well enough, I'm going to play you. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of a tricky world to be in. Like, even the medical team don't
He's
know
another one that
exactly
confuses me.
how long a player should be out for
He-
or whatever. It's all
He
guesswork.
just
Liverpool
came
now,
back from
Liverpool,
injury, and all
yeah.
of a sudden he just played a full 90 today. He's another one that confuses me. I don't know what's going on. And then you saw how,
Garnacho, no.
Yeah, you know, it's
there's
not
no hope
again.
for
I
that
think
one.
look, again.
I'm
I think
already,
I think most people don't. We don't really look into the fact that when the player comes back from injury, regardless of how talented they are, this is not the norm to bounce back. Yeah, the players that we've
Mhm.
seen do it, those are the exception.
Yeah, come on.
No,
that's
it's
like
not the
elite,
it's not
isn't
the yeah, it's not the norm, and everybody's different. It might take some players 4 or 5 games. It might take
Yeah.
another player 3 games. It might take another
Yeah.
player 10 games.
Yeah.
But again, we know the talent is there. So for me, you know, I'm not really worried about Palmer. If he could play 90 minutes,
No. Cole
listen,
Palmer is a
listen,
strange one.
listen, that's a good sign that he played 90 minutes. That tells me fitness, you know, cardio is there. Now we know your skill set is there. We know you have it. In the next couple of games, are you able to tap into that now and go back to the Cole Palmer you used to be?
Well, that's the thing, Dio, that confuses me because
Because if
against
you're playing
Napoli,
the-
he came on at halftime
Mhm.
and did well. Got 2 assists, brilliant assists for João
Yeah.
Pedro. This
Yes.
game, he had a free
Yeah, but
kick.
I know, but that's what I'm saying again. It's
That's
off
it.
and on. Again, when you come back from injury, you're never going to like. It takes time to rebuild back to that where you were. So maybe he's
Mhm.
having this on and off, on and off. He
What
played-
injury? The guy's back since November. It's almost February.
That's why I said
He
for
had a thigh
I said when you
injury,
get
like,
back from
2
injury,
or 3
some
weeks
players
ago or
take 5
something.
games, 6
Yeah,
games.
I don't
It's
know.
different for everybody. You can't say because one player on your squad came back from injury, even if it's an ACL, like Timber came back from an ACL and became amazing. Rodri has come back from an ACL and is not looking amazing yet. I'm not saying he's not going to be. He will become the same Rodri, but
That's a
every
fair
player
point.
is different. That's all I'm saying. You know, so
Yeah.
again, we know the
It's
talent.
the owners that worry me. It's not the medical team. If it's the owners are choosing a team and saying this player has to play to increase their value or whatever, I mean, that's insanity.
That's insanity.
Tell me about it. It's insane.
finished,
That's
man.
why.
Can I
like,
ask you guys, are we
I don't know
gonna
what to believe.
when are we gonna I was asking this to Hussam on the MHF. I said, when are we gonna start having a real conversation about when should we start saying that Cole Palmer, you must perform? You're not guaranteed. You're not, because even Stephen Warnock, wasn't Stephen Warnock. They're saying Cole Palmer at his best, probably is England's best number 10. You cannot live on that season's hype or the first half of the season, last season, for the rest of your career.
What did
Like
Kefri Lewis say?
Odegaard-
It's 1900 days that they're
Okay,
champions.
Odegaard, let me give you an example, guys. Odegaard played a fantastic season when he had 21 GA, 22, 23. And then the season after, he was leading Europe in like chances created, and then down. And then this season, he's in and out, injuries or not injuries. He's not guaranteed a starter for Arsenal. There's a lot of Arsenal fans that would say, you're the captain, everything. Maybe you can come off the bench this game. Maybe you can start this game. You're not guaranteed a spot.
Yeah.
Should we have a conversation about Cole Palmer? Because for me, today he played 90 minutes. Against Napoli, it was good, but you noticed when he was good, when there were spaces. The spaces for him to pick up the ball, turn and pick up the pass. The spaces. Today, there was no spaces for him to pick up the pass. He was crowded many times. I don't think he had a good game. He's a magnet for players, and I say that he's very important for Chelsea. But at some point, that being a magnet doesn't work. You got to perform because you are the number 10 of this team. And I think there should be a conversation about him. Like, you're not, especially with Estevao, how Estevao playing, especially how Joao Pedro's playing in the 10, there should be a conversation. You're not guaranteed a spot. You have done a good season, but should we start judging?
But he's not guaranteed a spot. He came off the bench against Napoli. He didn't start in that game. Ever since he's come back, he's not been playing full 90. So it's been clear that he's not been the guy that, so the conversation is not being had, but it's being shown. The manager is showing it. Every manager before now has also showed that since he came back, he's not gone. We've not seen Cole Palmer in 6 games back to back, 90 minutes. We haven't.
For a
So
while.
again,
Yeah,
for a while.
For a
So
while,
so that conversation is,
If he's injured, they need to come out and
no,
protect him from
I'm
the
saying,
media
I'm
and
saying,
say
I'm
he's
saying, I'm
injured.
saying, no, I'm saying this is even after he came back from his injury. After they said he's fit, since he's been fit, we haven't seen him in a consistent.
He
run of
needs
play.
protection, Dio. What I mean, he needs
I know,
protection.
but that's my
Because
that's
the media are not gonna pat him on the back for the rest of his career.
Mhm.
I'm
Oh,
not
no.
saying,
Yes.
see, but listen, but that's the
Outrage.
problem with the media. The media don't want to address what is being seen. It's being shown by the manager that he's not making Cole Palmer the number 10. He has to play every game now that he's fit. The manager is dropping him and playing other people in that position.
If he's not chosen, currently, I don't think he's going to be chosen for England.
So for me, there'll be no conversation as a media person. I'll be like, you know what, the manager is doing what he's supposed to do. This is what we expect you to do when the players
What
don't
about
perform.
Mo if there's like a weird kind of voodoo going on with wingers and 10s and everyone's kind of like struggling to get GA from those positions in the PL this season? I mean, I'm hesitant to give Cole Palmer crap because Saka hasn't been doing much for a while. Like, everyone's got the same kind of problem at the moment to have a consistent
I don't
delivery.
think the football that's being played this season is about that. That number 10. I think
Morgan's
it's
the
more,
only one, really.
more about
Morgan
set
Rogers.
pieces and
You know,
low
Morgan
ball,
Rogers
things
has
like that.
started on the left side plenty of times this season, right?
As a left
Morgan
forward
Rogers,
or left
yeah,
forward?
as a left
yeah.
forward.
Left
He's a very
Multiple-
versatile player.
Morgan Rogers have started multiple games from the left, like what Palmer played in the first season, from the left coming inside. So he is on the left. He's not like actually playing centrally most of the time. A lot of times. So I don't know if the Premier League is becoming harder for the number 10s to actually get their spaces and
I
get
think it's
their
this
way.
season. I think last season was all right. It's just this season, I think they're not.
Yeah, I agree.
Even Salah, the guy that produces
Yeah,
consistently
even
for
Salah.
10 years, is all
Look
of a
how long
sudden
it took
dried
for
up.
him
Like,
to play as the number 10. Now he's playing as the number 10. You know what I mean?
everyone's doubling up there on the wingers with their fullbacks and the midfielders dropping in. It just seems hard to get that space around the corners of the box that used to
Very
exist.
congested this season. Very congested, man.
Yeah, 100%. Sell Isak to Barca and Salah to Saudi. That pays for Olise. Mo, I know in Texas, you all use ranch on fries. Some people do. But on this, you need ketchup. I'm not a big fan. I'm not the biggest fan of ranch sauce, but some stuff like ranch on salad sometimes is very good. Actually, on wings, it's amazing. Ranch with wings, hot wings.
You got to do with the wings. You got to do with the wings.
The wings ranch is very good, but ketchup is good. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate the super chat, Grant. Fonzie is saying Kukurea got manhandled like the little rat he is. Bro, he's a wind-up.
Oh,
Wind-up. He's a wind-up.
Yeah.
He's a wind-up.
Gato was sent off.
Was it Traore that ragdolled him, or is it?
It was
Tadino?
Traore.
No, bro, I swear to
He
God,
just
what's
rattles
his
them. He
name?
just gets
Bro,
them.
João Pedro feared for his life.
Yeah, he picked him
João
up.
Pedro feared for his life.
Pedro did the
Like,
right thing,
seriously?
but then he realized he made a mistake.
Yes, Pedro pushed him, and then I'm like, oh, not you, maybe someone else. Like, seriously, João Pedro feared for his life. But the last thing about Chelsea before moving on from Chelsea to Arsenal is who thinks that Chelsea can turn it around against Arsenal?
Nah. I think Arsenal's in a mission, man. Nah, no chance. I think Arsenal's going to win this game.
Mission from God.
Yeah. You guys won that first trophy in it to get the winning feeling in it, so that's how it looks.
Yeah.
No, they haven't. They still have to face Chelsea.
I think more again. You know, I don't want to sound condescending or anything to Chelsea, but it's going to be hard for Arsenal. And again, I'm saying this from the mentality of the way the Arsenal team is. That loss to United at home at the Emirates, I guarantee you they want to make it their last loss at the Emirates.
Yep.
Because we had not lost the game at the Emirates before United. United has spoiled this for you guys, Chelsea. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. I feel like the mentality, you could see it in the bounce back in the Champions League. You could see it in the bounce back again today against. Yeah, it's just Leeds. I know that's what they'll say, but this same Leeds has gone and given City problems. This same Leeds has given Chelsea problems. Yeah. So people should not sit here and make it something. So my point is, I think that because again, there was this thing about it for us not losing at home. Martin, unless I don't know if you had that same feeling, that knowledge that we hadn't lost at home always gave me confidence. When you
I think you are being arrogant.
No, I'm talking about how am I being arrogant?
I think you're being
Hold on,
arrogant.
let me ask you a question. Hold on. This is where
I think you're being arrogant.
this
I
is
think
where
you're
I'll say
being
this is
arrogant.
where I'll say you want to start an agenda. You want to start your agenda now.
Agenda?
Yes.
What agenda? What
How
agenda?
am I being arrogant?
How is it an agenda?
Let me break it down. How am I being
You
arrogant?
literally started by saying, I don't want to sound condescending to Chelsea.
Because
That's
I
being
was
arrogant.
Chelsea, right?
That's literally being arrogant. You literally started by saying, I don't want to be condescending to Chelsea.
I don't want it to
That
sound
is being arrogant.
No. What I said is I don't want it to sound condescending to Chelsea. What I'm about to say, and what I'm saying is,
So
because you
anyone that says that means
No.
it is condescending.
what did I say?
You know what? I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm tempted to disrespect.
I won't let you do this. I won't let you do this because
ahead.
what I said is about Arsenal's record at home. I didn't say
Okay,
anything
fair enough.
I didn't say anything to disrespect Chelsea. I said because of the fact that we had not lost at home for a long time, and that United loss at home, and the mentality of the players, a majority of Arsenal fans is the Emirates is a safe haven for us. So it's going to be very, very hard for Chelsea when they come to the Emirates.
I'm not
And
saying
we-
It's not
otherwise.
impossible.
That's
though.
all I said. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying that like that's just the mentality we're coming in with. Yeah, and that's
'Cause
all I said. So
the-
how
the
is it that
thing
how am I being disrespectful to them?
Well, the thing is with Chelsea, like if we win, we're minimum going to penalties, right? If we win by 2 goals, we automatically go to the next round. So, like, I can't sit here with chest, especially after that West Ham performance. I can't sit here with chest and be like, yes, we're gonna go in there and win. We're gonna automatically. I can't. I can't. After Crystal Palace, if you'd asked me, we're like, oh, maybe we have a chance. Now I'm like, I don't know. But just a few things that have to happen. One, I need to stop seeing the set pieces that we did in that first game. We cannot feed into you guys' set pieces like we did in that first game. One thing that annoyed me is that Maresca gave you the map. The Maresca gave you the solution. Just leave attackers on the halfway line, give more space to Sanchez to claim crosses, and you're most likely going to be okay. Because in terms of cross-claiming and clearances, Sanchez has been top this season. Absolutely top. And there's no denying that. The stats back him. There's that. I don't fear you guys' attack. And it was very clear against United that you guys are a blunt knife, essentially. We made mistakes defensively that game, and we've not looked great defensively under Rosenior. So that might play against us. I'll be honest. I might be eating my words too, Dio. I'll be real. But I think there could be something. And the one recipe that I want to see against Arsenal when we go to the Emirates on Tuesday is be physical in that midfield. We do play a 3-man midfield now against with Santos, Caicedo, and Enzo. And one thing that we did in that first game in the league that you guys didn't like and didn't allow you to do what you do in the midfield is get physical with you.
Do you believe you have the best midfield in the league, Marshall?
Your physicality might cost you as well. You remember it cost you a red card and we didn't capitalize on it.
It
Again.
And
This is where
got a little too excited, I'll be real,
we didn't capitalize on that one. And the next time we played you, we capitalized on our opportunities. If you play physical, like you get yourself sent off a player again because you guys have had what 7 red cards.
They have to be smart.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But they are not.
Learned, hopefully.
Yeah, but they are not.
So there's a delicate balance here. There's a delicate.
Are we gonna be honest? I like Moises Caicedo. I love Moises Caicedo as a player. I think he's a unique DM that doesn't exist nowadays in world football. But my man need to chill. Like my man need to chill on the pitch. Like Broski, someone need to tell the guy chill a little bit, bro. You know, like daddy chill. Someone need to tell the guy to chill, bro.
But
like
to be
Broski, like
fair
all
to
of
him,
these
though,
tackles
he gets put in bad
flying.
situations. He does
Bro,
get put in bad
and he puts
situations.
himself in these situations
That's it,
where he has
that's
to
it,
take
yeah.
out the
But
player, bro.
That's
Chill,
I'm glad
bro.
you mentioned that too, though, because Caicedo and Reece are going to be back for that game. So that'll give us a bit of a boost as well in terms of the
Till he gets
staff
sent
on
off.
the pitch.
Wasn't it when he played against us, he got a red card, and then ever since
Yeah,
then
he
he's
got a
been
red
getting
card.
like reds or yellows every other game.
Marshall,
Yeah.
the game that you guys that the Chelsea fans say that you schooled us on with 10 men. I think you also forget that Saliba and Gabriel did not play.
They
that
won.
game.
Didn't they
No.
win that game?
Yeah. I'm saying that. Yeah, they won that game. They won that draw game.
Moral
But
victory,
there was
moral
Saliba.
victory.
We didn't have Saliba and
You know
Gabriel.
it counted as a 3 points for Chelsea.
Yeah, for Chelsea fans, they counted as 3 points on there. So if you go look
Yeah.
at the Chelsea table, because there's an official Premier League table, but with the Chelsea table, there's an additional 2
There's a
points
+2.
right now. Yeah, there's +2 that is written with the red sharpie in the circle. But all I'm saying is, the same way you guys have Caicedo coming back and all of this as well. We didn't have certain
You
key
guys said
players.
Saliba, yeah.
We didn't have certain key players too. So again, that's why I said that for me, I just because again, I think this Chelsea team is a good team when it comes to like
I'm going to
talent.
tell you why I thought that Arsenal would not lose at the Emirates. And I want to go to the Leeds game. But the Man United game showed me that Arsenal sometimes they become fragile, especially when people do stuff that are not constructed out of the box. They shoot from outside the 18, do something that is out of the box. And Chelsea have the talent for that. Like Cole Palmer, João Pedro, Estevao, they have the talent to do stuff like this. I will favor Arsenal by 70 to 80% in this game just because they play at the Emirates. Just because in this game, the difference between this game and the Man United game is at the Man United game, a draw was not an option for Arsenal. But in this game, a draw is a very good option. If Arsenal conserve energy and the game comes out 0-0 or 1-1, Arsenal would walk out away from the pitch very happy. No one is going to criticize them. No one is going to. Against Man United, every player stepped on that pitch knowing that a draw is not an option. I must win this game. And I think that is what makes the difference in this game than the Man United game. But I'm not going to rule out Chelsea because I've seen Chelsea go ahead against Arsenal, so it can happen. Chelsea are good in corners. They scored 9 corners, actually, Chelsea.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So and they are very good in set pieces. So I'm not going to rule them out. A goal might take it to penalties, and who knows what is going to happen in penalties.
I think it would be a mistake for us to play for a draw. I think that we have to avoid any sense of complacency and play the game like we're 2 goals down rather than them being 1 goal down. I don't think that we can afford to just sit there and let Chelsea play around with the ball because we've seen that with a few teams like Liverpool, Man United were able to do it. Villa can do it sometimes where you guys can cycle possession outside of our mid-block and we don't touch the ball for 10 minutes and then that gets everyone frustrated. And then you do get the ball, and then you kick it long, and then you lose the ball again. That's the thing that I'm worried about.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see, guys. I'm just gonna say something about Garnacho. Someone again, I said it on the football terrace. I said it on MHF. Someone need to tell Garnacho you're not that guy. Genuinely, you're not that guy. You're an average footballer. That you aren't because you. With all due respect, because you do because you have tattoos, and because you do this, and because you do that. And because you wear the sub,
you're harsh, bro, man.
Because you
have a neck tattoo.
Not harsh enough.
No, I'm gonna be completely honest.
Harsh enough.
I'm gonna be completely honest. Because you dye your hair. You know what? I used to be a youngster as well, and I used to have when I played football. I'm gonna tell you something. Back in the days, back in my day, like when new boots came out and people used to have like white boots and colored boots and stuff like this. You know what I mean? And there is the ponytails. Sometimes. You can do the look, you can dye your hair, you can do that swagger when you play, but you gotta fucking show it on the pitch. It's not about how you look on the pitch. You know what? Enzo Fernandez, he has the look, he has the swagger, but Enzo Fernandez dies on the pitch for Chelsea Football Club. He literally puts his body on the so he shows it. You know what I mean? And he might not be Enzo Fernandez, the best player on the pitch, but he would die. You cannot have only the look. Bro, the ball, you're not gonna dribble by your look. You're not. You gotta put the work on the pitch. So Garnacho, in my opinion, Broski, someone need to tell the guy.
Mistakes, he holds his hands up and blames someone else, just like Pedro Neto, man.
Exactly this, and he points. He points. Who are you? That's what I mean. Who are you to point? Who are you to point? He's nobody to point, bro. He's nobody to point. With all due respect.
I swear right now, Garnacho is sneezy wherever the way we're calling his name.
Good. I hope he has a cold.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't like young players like this. I like that when you have a swagger and you show it on the pitch and you work hard, bro. It's not only about how you look. You gotta put the effort. I hate young players when they think they're something before they're actually something.
Let's not forget that without Garnacho, it would be 3-0 to Arsenal in the. And
I think that made his head bigger. Yeah, Habibi, today he was pointing to Hato to defend 2 players. Who does he think he is, bro? He was pointing.
He's a good impact
literally, he's literally pointing. If Garnacho starts 5-0 to Arsenal, we'll see how it goes, Kenny. Alejandro, the position ends here, Garnacho. I'm going to tell you, position ends here, Garnacho is awful. Arsenal, Martin, it's only Leeds.
It's only Leeds.
It's only Leeds. And you must win, and you're expected to win, and you won. And that's it. That's it.
I think it was a fantastic performance from us. Ellen Road, everyone knows it's a hard place to go. I think not many of the big teams have won there, and they're on a bit of form. They were really getting out of the drop zone, so it was going to be a tough game, and they were pretty physical about it. But we seem to be. We brought on Kai, and he was running alongside Gyok, and they're kind of our like middle bullies. It seems right now. Our whole attack doesn't seem to have like a best setup. It's like we're just going to keep moving a player around here. Odegaard's going on the left. Eze will come on the right. Havertz is going through the middle now. Gyokeres is doing Gyokeres things. So from an attack standpoint, it feels a little bit like we don't have the solution yet. Everywhere else,
even today, like it doesn't feel like
Martin is negative. Oh.
I'm not negative. I'm just like Saka.
Oh, that's good what he's saying, because like
I'm listening. Wallahi, I am listening. I'm listening.
Don't want to get carried away.
I'm listening.
And he just still got more gears to go. I mean,
I'm listening. I'm listening. Here you go. My mic right here.
You know, because Saka got injured in the warm up, which is not ideal. Madueke comes on, and everyone's like, no, we're ruined. We should have kept Wanyeri. And Madueke's going to crap. And then he gets an assist. I think he should have a goal. I don't know what you guys think about that, but like a corner that's going in that a keeper punches in the net should be a goal, not a.
Yeah, the one that he hit from the Champions League landed. Could have landed. That's a goal.
See, here we go. If people remember the bad things he did, they remember the good. But Madueke, I think, he's a ridiculous 1v1 player. He's just got to work on that end product. And today he did. And Martinelli went out to the right, and then he put a left-footed cross into Gyokeres. Like, that doesn't make any sense normally. Odegaard was doing through balls from the inside left half space where he's normally on the right. Once he came on, and Havertz was playing in a role which we saw against Kairat, and it worked for 45 minutes. But I think people are very quick with their like, okay, we've seen it work once now. We have to play like that against every other team. So for me, Arteta's got a good problem, a good headache, where he's got too many attackers and no real set positions for him. But in reality, we're at the business end now. We need to be seeing who's the starter and who's the squad player, I think. But
I think Martin, my thing is this. I think we need to reevaluate how we look at the team. I don't see this team as who's the starter and who's who's your sub anymore. And I'll tell you why. When you have players like Gabriel Jesus coming in and scoring that type of fourth goal for you, you have Gyökeres scoring. So your strikers are in the same game. You sub the striker, and the second striker comes and scores a good goal as well. That's a good problem to have, especially the fact that we're still in 4 tournaments.
But doesn't that worry you that then you don't have a player that's saying this is my spot? Like I own this.
I'll tell you why that doesn't worry me this season. It doesn't worry me this season because sadly it hasn't clicked yet after 24 games that we have a player who we can actually point at. But if we look at the squad across the board, we have 15 different goal scorers in the Premier League with an average of 3 goals each.
Big up own goals.
Right? With an average of 3 goals each, right? Which is ridiculous because most teams have 3-4 players. One player is scoring 11 goals or 9, or another player is scoring 7. But we found a way to share our goals. And if that's the way that it works for us, because again, it's annoying because I would love for it to be Gyökeres, just out there firing, banging. Let it just be my guy. Or I'd love for it to be Saka this season. But if it's not, it's not. Right now, I'm happy to say, you know what? Today was a good example. I'm a little saddened about Saka's injury. I hope it's nothing major. I hope he gets back on time. But Saka gets injured in warm-up. Madueke comes in and he's able to hold forth. Hold forth. That's all we ask. Martinelli comes in, he creates an assist. I
think that might work against the Leeds, but it might not work against the Bayerns and the stuff where we need like a big game goal.
It's worked against the Bayerns this season. It's worked against the
but in the moment where it's like it's
worked against the Inters. I mean, we talk about this team as if, and that's what the part that kills me. We've played 24 games and lost 3 games. And when people want to talk about Arsenal, they try to still like, oh yeah, it's not sustainable. I'm like, it's sustainable after 24 games. Don't tell me something is not sustainable. It's not sustainable if you did it for 5 games and then you're unable to do it again for another 10 games. Then you come back and do it for 2 games and then you cannot do it. No, sustainably, we've been able to share our goals amongst all our players for 24 games. And if that's what's going to carry us, then that's what's going to carry us. I'm not going to then force the team as a manager. We've won more games with Gyökeres starting the game for us in the Premier League than any other striker that we've started or any other formation that we started this season. 22 of those games we've won, drawn 1, lost 1, with Gyökeres leading the line. Yes, Gyökeres is not scoring, But for some random reason, with him leading the line, we've won more games, and that's what's put us in the position that we're in. Any manager that then decides, oh, all of a sudden I've got Kai Havertz back and Gabriel Jesus is now pumping in a couple of goals every other game. Let me just change what has been constant for me.
That's
That
go wrong. Yeah.
Then you break what's
You
working.
can understand what I'm saying, right? We don't have a Haaland, we don't have a Salah, we don't have this kind of
I'm
money.
okay-
And maybe that's
I'm
the way to
okay
do
with
it.
Someone has
okay
been
with that,
watching
like-
my shows. Yeah.
and I'm okay with that right now. I'm okay with that right now because listen, my team owes nobody the obligation to entertain them. I don't
That's
expect my manager.
On though. Bro.
Mikel Arteta does not owe me any obligation to entertain me, but just to win. Mikel Arteta, go out there, get me my win, and that's all I care about.
You know what it is, though. You know what it is, bro. Sorry to interrupt, brother. You know what it is. Like, I'm being like neutral. I'm not gonna like trash you guys or anything like that. This is a new team, right? What you got? This is a new like bench and starting lineup that you put together and all that stuff. If you're starting from this position right now and you're dominating the Premier League and the Champions League, and you've got gears to work on, like once you start winning trophies and that stuff, why are you really complaining about how you play and how you score goals?
I'm not complaining. I don't want anyone to think I'm complaining.
I'm just trying to get, but this is where the Arsenal fan base is at the moment. What I said, you've got a base, build on that. Then you could become the team that you want after that. Because if you're just like crying about things and you complicate things on the pitch, like Dio said, things can go the other way. And then all of a sudden you're dropping off, the league, you're dropping off, obviously, the Champions League. Just leave when things are going good.
We're so bad.
Leave
We're so bad.
it as it is. Don't destroy it, man. Don't destroy it. You don't want to be in that other side.
Arsenal is so bad. We're top of the league with 7 points, right? We're top of the Champions League. We're in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. I'm in the first round of the FA Cup. Like, my point is, if we're this bad and we're there, then I think people should be afraid if we click and become good. Because they're the ones calling us bad.
Under George Graham and used to win trophies with George Graham.
They're the ones calling us bad. And for me, look, at the end of the day, I've gotten to a point where I know my team can play beautiful football. We play beautiful football today. We played good football against Leeds today. Arsenal was entertaining for me today. And I'm glad they were entertaining and scored 4 goals. If they entertained and they left that place with a draw, I probably would be on my way to the Emirates right now. Literally. Like, that's how angry I would have been. Because 22-23 season, we saw the entertaining football. What did it give us? Nothing. 23-24, we saw the transition and controlling football. What did it get us? Nothing.
This stage of the season, brother. This stage of the season, every team is fighting for something now. There's 13, 12 games to go. So they're not going to play pretty football. They're all going to drop deep and try to frustrate you guys at the same time as well. So you can't play your beautiful football either. So just relax, man.
I mean, like, again, I don't even expect us because in the Champions League, this same Arsenal team is turning up. We changed 7 players against Inter and turned up for Inter. 7.
There you go.
And we're sitting here as Arsenal fans, and I'm gonna hear like when I read stuff and they're like, "Oh yeah, you guys are so boring in the Premier League." I'm like, but this same team is going out there in the Champions League and entertaining, beating teams 4, beating teams 1, comfortably winning games and just chilling against some of the better teams. Atletico Madrid, we played Inter, we've played Bayern. These are tough teams.
Players get injured, they get replaced. You know what I mean?
So again, for me,
doesn't change much.
So for me, I'm not really fussed anymore. If you play a good game and you win, good. If you play a tough game,
I saw the most ridiculous stuff today that said that Arteta's responsible for the league being boring. But I don't understand that. Like, it's not like we've ever played a low block or we've played defensive football. People get mad at us for not going, like, throwing the kitchen sink at a win, maybe. That's like being risk averse, but I don't understand how we get to win.
Against City. You did that a couple of seasons ago. Where did that get you?
Yeah,
being risk averse.
There you go. You played that open, expansive football against Man City. What happened at the end? You was top of the league. All of a sudden, City win the league twice. So
again, there's all of this talk, and when people say Arsenal don't score enough, Arsenal don't do this, we have 1 less goal than City, the scoring machine team. City has scored 47 goals. We scored 46 goals this season. I've in the league.
But corners are apparently.
No, listen.
The death of football now.
Again, the death of football corners. There's been 18 0-0 draws as of 24 games this season. Week 24. Last season there was 17 0-0 draws in 38 games in all season throughout the entire season. The season before that,
you know what? No, I like the corners. I tell you why.
I'm feel guilty when we go to corner. I'm like, should we just not do it?
I'll tell you why I like the corners, because that's a starting point. Obviously, you score from there. Imagine when the team starts scoring freely. That means you can score from everywhere.
But even
Just one
crazier.
player.
Listen, Faz, even crazier. We scored more
When's it
open
gonna
play
happen,
goals.
though,
We scored.
Fozy?
Listen, we scored more open play
They will
goals.
score goals eventually, bro.
We scored more open play goals than we scored corners as Arsenal team this season in the Premier League. But people want to harp on the corners as though it's just a tool. It's part of
It's an
what we
option, man. It's an
Yeah,
option.
it's an
when
option.
things are not going
have.
right.
And again, I will be happy if we can beat
I
every
wish we
team.
had that.
If we can beat every team in the Champions League with corners till we win the Champions League, then I'll come here and say, yes, we won the Champions League with corners. Come and take it off my desk. Come take that trophy. Come take it out of my cabinet. In fact, they should put Corner FC when we win it. I don't care.
You already got the 1-0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I don't care.
add on to that, innit?
I don't know if
And
you guys
that's-
ever play football, but I used to like defend corners a lot, right? And sometimes you would just get this feeling like you envisage the other team is going to score at this moment. It feels like there's a lot of pressure. They're going to put the ball into the box, and you just feel like it's going to happen, even though, I don't know, it's just like any other corner. But today, Leeds just seemed to score on their own. We didn't even put any pressure on the keeper.
No, you didn't.
They're just like, let's just put it in the net and we'll go start halfway. It's like, it's crazy what it's got to, and I don't know how long we're going to get away from it. That's why it feels like.
Why are we speaking about corners again today?
Huh?
Why are we speaking about the corners? I thought Arsenal scored. I thought Arsenal scored 3 goals from open play. The cross from Madueke was open play. The Martinelli cross was open play.
Second phase of a set piece, mate.
Are we now second phase? Is that
so
second phase? Is that
Second phase
so?
of
Hold
the
on.
set piece.
So if the set piece is getting cleared and it goes to the other side of the pitch and then they cross it again, is that considered the corner?
Of course not. But you know what fans want to do? That's
No,
the
they
agenda
make
part of
it
things that I hate. See, again, we scored.
Is that how are we analyzing football?
No.
Yep.
It's a silly analysis. We scored more goals from open play than corners this season. I think they make a big deal out of it because they want to use it as a baton to hit Arsenal over with on the head, something to banter us with, to make it look like we're a bad team. We're not a bad team. We're a team that is strong in set pieces. We're a team that is strong. We scored second highest number of goals, conceded the least goals in the Premier League. So I don't want to hear it. And if you don't like the way we look,
I played football.
and if it's not entertaining to you, then switch off the Arsenal games and come back at the end of the season when we win the Premier League.
I played football, and I'm going to tell you guys something about this corner thing. Everyone that talks about the corner thing, they have never played football against really, really good players. Even here, when I played here in the amateur league in America, we played a team that I play with now. They had a left-footed player that played for the Honduras national team, right? He's a left-footed. He's so good in corners that corners became for them as the weapon they use all the time. People don't understand sometimes how hard is it to train to deliver the corners exactly where you want them to be and the movement to be exactly where you. I know that people might make fun. I'm talking about professional footballers that played in MLS, right? People don't understand how hard is it for Declan Rice or for Saka or for Reece James or for Enzo Fernandez to deliver the corner exactly where you want. Otherwise, all the teams would have done it. Everybody would have been seeing anyone would have been actually saying that the corners is actually very good. You know what I mean? I don't think people know how hard is it to deliver and make the movement exactly where you want it to be every single time.
Hang on. You shouldn't really blame Arsenal for that, should you? You should blame the people that
other ones.
Why are they preparing for it? You know what I mean? Why are they like putting drills in the training ground where to stop? Why do they watch?
You know exactly what they're going to do, or what?
People don't understand. People actually,
but like also you the other day when we were playing Inter, you were like swearing at my players, saying they're playing for corners, and here we go. And you say all this, but when it's against you, it's like, oh my god, this is.
Yeah, of course I will say that. I don't think the Arsenal. To be honest with you, I don't like it when the Arsenal players are playing corners for corners. I don't think they are playing for corners, but I think sometimes players, when there's no solution on the side, they don't recycle back. They actually hit it against someone. I know that because you are strength. This is your strength.
But again, Mo, why did we evolve that strength? Over the last 3 seasons, we've seen Arsenal steadily evolve in corners.
Yeah.
Over the last 3 seasons, we have been doing this for 3 seasons.
Again, why are we talking about corners today?
No, let's have the conversation.
It's the elephant in the room, man.
Let's have the conversation. Over 3 seasons, we've been steadily increasing and getting better at corners. Everybody chose to ignore it when we were doing it. And over those same 3 seasons, the league has gotten harder and harder for teams have learned to play low blocks and low blocks and low blocks consistently. More teams are playing 0-0 draws, and we're seeing this trend. Your managers are not taking notes that teams are getting better at not being at defending themselves, right? You're getting better quality players. Teams are getting more money. They're buying better quality players. The league is getting harder for teams to score. Hence why a season like this, you only have, as of today, if not for Ekitike's 2 goals, you only had 2 strikers. I said this earlier, who had over 10 digits of goals. Erling Haaland and Igor Thiago. And Igor Thiago, 16 goals, 5 of them are penalties, which means Igor Thiago would have been on 11 goals. That's how hard it's been for strikers this season. So you then have to evolve and find a tool to score goals.
Yeah, but I want to move on to say something about the people that keep saying that Arsenal are ruining the league. So why doesn't Arsenal, every time they play a team away from home, they don't press Arsenal high? Why do they sit in their 18? Why is that Arsenal's fault? Because why don't people ask teams to go and attack? Why don't they do that?
It's funny. It's funny.
Why is a team 0-0 at their own ground? They are defending in their box. Why they don't attack? Why they don't press high? Why they don't go press right?
Yeah, because they don't have the ball. So you can't press high when you don't have the ball. Arsenal is a team that this season has.
So it is on Arsenal to make it entertaining then?
Yeah. No, it's on Arsenal to do what we need to do to win the game. We don't have to entertain anybody. That's your business. If you are not entertained by me controlling the game and having the most touches in your box and your defenders kicking it out to corner kicks, and then I use my corner, which is one of my strengths, to score a goal. If you're not entertained about it, take several seats at the back. I'm happy to take front seats and watch my team win that game, get 3 points, and walk out of there. I don't know this whole Arsenal is killing the game. They're not entertaining us. We're not here to entertain you. When Mourinho was playing park the bus football and destroying people with 1-0, 2-1, 2-0, and nobody could score against Mourinho. I didn't hear Mourinho was destroying football. I heard the special one. That's what we called him. Like when other people do it.
By the way, Mourinho didn't play low blocks for Chelsea at all. By the way, this is a myth that people actually like to say.
That he played low block, but when Mourinho wanted,
they scored abundance of goals. Actually,
I don't know. But if he wants,
I think our problem is more the narrative. We know.
There are other things that I want to speak about, so I want to move on from this.
I want to move on. They had a graphic already made at halftime for own goals being our top scorer. Like the people are out there. They want to just turn anything we do. Flip it
because you're winning, bro. You're winning, bro. You're winning. That's what it is. Yeah. Each time, if the team is, what was the last season with Liverpool? Oh, the league is boring because Liverpool is far ahead of everyone else. What was it with Man City? Oh, they're passing too much. It's boring to watch. It's always whenever someone's winning, that's what they do, bro. They always come up with something. It's happened.
I'm more interested in the fans at the moment. I think that Troy Deeney said something which echoed his old cojones comments, but he said that he feels in the Emirates there's a nervous energy. The fans are just waiting for something bad to happen constantly. And I actually agree with him. I think that if we don't win something, if we don't win a big league or Carabao or something, it's going to be because the fans are in this constant state of nervous energy. And the more we feed into that, the more the players will feel it, the more they'll keep running these narratives. I think it's the thing that will stop.
Doesn't that stem from Arteta though? Right? Isn't that energy?
No, I don't think so.
Why is that from Arteta?
Did you watch Arteta's interview? Did you watch his interview when they asked him about the United game? The manager was like, you know what? Hey, that's happened and it's happened. We're going to go in now and play football. And he told everybody, he said, we're going to go in calmly. We're going to do what we need to do. So how can you want to? Everything is not on Arteta.
What do you mean by Arteta? Like on the sidelines?
No, I just mean in general,
Jurgen Klopp used to jump up and down like a cockroach as well. Pep Guardiola.
Hold on. Didn't Rosenior on your bench? Were they not jumping like this when you guys scored? When you equalized, was he not saying, come on? I saw him yell, come on, your manager. All of a sudden, nobody's going to talk about that. But if Arteta just does this.
What's that to do with anything, Dio?
Arteta does this.
What's that to do with anything?
I want to hear what Marshall was going to say.
Yeah.
What I was trying to get at is that, I don't know, it just seems that, sometimes when a manager's there for long enough, I think the fan base start to pick up on, his personalities, and it starts to reflect on the fan base.
So what is his personality? Tell us, what is Arteta's personality in your opinion?
Arteta, I think he does get a little nervous. He does get a little scared to play more expansive and such. And then, I know you guys have been good this season and you're top of the league, but I would make the argument a large part of that has to do with the fact that everyone else has been shit. My club has been shit. We weren't supposed to be in this conversation
harsh,
where I'm
bro.
not. No, I just and listen. I know we said this last year too.
It's not fair on them, man.
No, but like look at how the Premier League used to be.
I'm sick and tired of
back.
hearing that, man. Every other team is shit. They've been the best team.
I-
Even the European football shows they've been the best team. So you gotta give them credit for that.
Yeah,
man.
so you're
No,
perfectly
I'm not giving
right.
credit. I mean,
No,
they've
no,
been the better team, but
the UCL2 is crap. The UCL2 is crap because again, this same Arsenal
It's
team
true.
is top at the UCL. So yeah, so this year, every tournament, the
It's shit.
UCL is so. That's the only reason Arsenal is thriving. The year you guys went 15 goals conceded alone, where you set up that record as Chelsea, you scored an average of 1.8 goals per game. It was 1 goal here, 2 goals here. You scored 72 goals in that season. It's not like you scored an abundance of goals, right? You were very defensive. You were not the team. And so this narrative that you're telling me that Mourinho...
Let him finish. Let him finish. Go ahead, Marsh.
I don't
Go ahead,
get it, though. I don't get it, but carry on.
Marshall,
No,
go ahead.
I just feel like I'm used to growing up in the seasons where like the top six is the top six. It doesn't change. It doesn't vary. Look at how horrible Spurs were, and horrible usually we're always in that top six conversation. I don't really care about Spurs. I'm not trying to be sympathetic to them. They're shit, right? Liverpool were supposed to be way better than what they are right now. And Fozy TV will tell you that. He was just arguing about that earlier in today's conversation. Man City, this is not the Man City of previous seasons. And the fact that Man City is even second, considering how many points they've dropped and how many losses they've had and how many goals they conceded, is a miracle. I think the Man City argument is the biggest argument to show as to why like the league's quality, although better than most other of the top 5 leagues as seen per Europe, right? Per the Champions League, I think the league's quality overall.
Can I ask you
has just
something
not
then?
been great.
Right, can I ask you something then? Do you think it's harder to win games now for the teams like the top teams against the other teams, or back in the days like 5, 6, 7 years ago it was harder?
I think it's harder now. I think because now the money is more spread, right? And the other teams
the
have
beauty of it.
improved.
So if it's harder,
No,
if it's harder now, so why are we saying that? Well, hold on.
Listen, I enjoy it. Don't get
So
me
why
wrong.
to? So
Let me
why
ask
to?
you a question.
So
Marshall,
that answers everything, Marshall.
It's got to be.
That
It's got to
answers
be
the
two things.
question.
Marshall, it's got to be. It's either or. I need to understand this. I'm confused. Is it that the league is now bad and Chelsea is shit? Like the league is so bad, but Chelsea is shit. That's why you're not at the top right now. Or is it that the middle teams have gotten way stronger and the top teams were all struggling to, and now like, yo, we struggle more against them, which makes it a harder league to win? Like, which is it? Because if you're saying the league is bad and Chelsea is shit in a bad league, you have to understand where you're placing your team. Because if you're saying we are the best of the worst, Arsenal is the best of all the worst, which means
I
that
just want to
every
make it
other
clear
person,
to people that I want this to be the stinkiest league win that anyone has ever seen in their entire life. I want it to be horrible. The next one
Listen,
can
if
be
you win
pretty.
it, you win it.
The next
That's
one can be
great. Like,
pretty.
I'm
The
never
next
gonna
title,
discredit it.
we can just ticky tack all over the place. But like getting to the finish line is all I'm concerned about. And I don't want people to think I'm negative because I've said something or I've said complaints about things. If you don't reflect on a game, I feel like you're just a happy clapper and you're never going to learn anything from a game. Like you can't just be like, we won, never going to talk about it again. Everything was perfect.
We haven't had Gyökeres conversation yet,
But Arsenal fan base is so used to analyzing every game that we've got 17 podcasts. You know, everywhere you look, there's someone talking about what's wrong with Arsenal now. What should they do now? It's so draining. I have to say.
I'm tired of this thing when we have conversations. I just see it and I hear it from people like, oh, well, you guys are being sensitive. Just go and win. I'm like, listen, yeah, that's the goal. But now you're asking me to entertain you on my journey to winning. You're telling me I'm not entertaining enough as I'm winning games. Like I'm winning the games and getting the
I'm
points.
not making that argument.
No, not you.
I'm gonna tell you something, Marshall.
This
is one of the hardest leagues to win I've seen
100%.
lately, right? And the reason why it's not about the competition against Arsenal, it's about every single freaking game is so tough to open up for any team, for City, for Arsenal, for Liverpool, for any. There is a reason why you have all this talent in some teams like Liverpool, and when one thing goes wrong, you literally lose the points. It is back in the days, 5, 6 years ago, there was a massive leeway for the top teams. The middle and the bottom teams were not as you can make multiple mistakes and come back and win the games and get the 3
points. You was going to relegation.
And actually, literally, you know that. Anyway, this is why you might say, you know what? I would accept your argument if you said the league is not as entertaining as before. Everyone would agree with this. It's not.
No,
And the reason why, you know the reason why is because everyone is structured now. Everyone has this massive team who actually structured well defensively and hit on the counter attack. And everyone has,
which is why
it is very, the league is,
I think
there's a
it's that.
reason
I
why
think that's
even
the biggest
shit
factor.
Spurs, the reason why the shit Spurs can get fourth in Europe. Why? Because Spurs, one mistake in the Premier League, they lost the game.
Yeah, you go.
In Europe, because teams open up, because teams are not structured well, they can actually, even Arsenal played against Inter. We make one mistake, gone, the game's over. Right?
Mhm.
The game's over. In the Premier League, you're not allowed this because teams don't make mistakes.
which is why your
Arsenal
Chelsea
made
game
two
was
mistakes against Sunderland. One cross and one long ball, they dropped 2
True.
points. That's just as simple as that. Liverpool made one mistake against Leeds. The 2 points are gone. The 3 points are gone from them. They got only 1 point.
One bad performance
how-
with Palace, and that was
That's how it
it.
works. And it's not entertaining. And I'm saying that probably the most entertaining team in the league to watch, probably Fulham, or maybe sometimes Man City. You know what I mean? Sometimes Bournemouth. But the top teams are finding it very hard to break down. Very hard. Bro, even Man City are, Man City, the mighty Man City with Erling Haaland and Phil Foden and Shirky and everyone, they scored 47 goals in 23 games.
Mhm.
They are on course to get 70-something goals. That's Man City that scored 100 goals here, 90 goals here, 95.
With the eyes closed. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It is very hard to score goals now against teams because they're structured well. So it's not entertaining, but I think it's very hard to win the
I also
league
think
now.
we ask too much of the players. Like you're asking 10 out of 10 every 2.5 days for 6 months. Then you've got a Club World Cup, you've got a Nations League, you've got extra games in the
Yeah, that's a fair
UCL.
point.
Everything's
Yeah.
watered down to the point where nothing
There you
feels
go, man.
special anymore.
There
You
you
got
go.
48 teams in the
I
World
think
Cup.
that's the biggest factor.
I think
Because
that one feels special.
I
Because
think
I'll
that's the
give you-
biggest
I'll-
factor because I genuinely feel like I think two things can be true, right? Like, yes, the spread of wealth in the Premier League is better now where more teams are more balanced, but there's still a difference, right? Like Chelsea spend more money than Brentford, right? Arsenal spend more money than Everton, right? Like they still spend top players, top quality, but at the end of the day, sometimes Arsenal get the 0-0 against Forest. Sometimes I lose against Leeds. But I think the bigger factor in that is not necessarily the quality of the league. I just think it's the amount of games that's being
Entertainment.
It's
played
the entertainment
and
value. I
just
think a
bringing
lot of
down
people.
the
I think a lot of people don't like the entertainment value anymore. Which
Yeah, today was very good to be. At
yeah,
least
which is why,
like
which is why the
it, man.
Chelsea game, which is why the
Game.
Chelsea game was a
Today was
game
a
of
good-
football
good
for me.
game, yeah.
It was a game of football.
So
where
entertaining.
came back
Usain
on-
Bolt was the
I hate-
fastest
I
slow
hate Chelsea,
person.
By the way, I hate Chelsea. By the way,
Yeah, Usain
enjoy-
Bolt. Thank you,
but I
Mike, for the
enjoy
super
the
chat.
Mhm.
Usain Bolt was the fastest slow person. Guys, we got about still over 500 people here and we're only on 170 likes. Hit that like button to push the video to new viewers. We're not staying for long, so support the channel. Get me to 200 likes only, and then we move to 300. I don't know why you guys are not liking the video. Appreciate all the support. Gyökeres, I don't think he's good.
What?
this is one of his best games there. I don't know if it's the right time.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you. The movement for his goal was very good. Getting ahead of Bogle, getting ahead of him, anticipating the cross. That's a striker move.
Yeah.
But Brodsky, like my man, 1-on-1. This is the striker's bread and butter. You gotta put it at least hit the target. At least work the goalkeeper. You cannot allow Rodon to catch up with you. The link-up play was okay. Like I didn't like him today, to be honest. I still think the problem is Arsenal don't have another striker there. Havertz is more of a second one. Jesus is a second striker as well.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I think we owe Darwin Núñez apologies.
Come on, like to be honest, I know that, and I'm gonna say this. I know that Arsenal fans, you guys have to back your player, but sometimes you can't just back the player blindly. You criticize the player when
I
he needs
haven't been backing
criticism.
him because I think he's Shrek. I've called him Shrek since day one, but he's actually useful in a sense. Like each team might need a battering ram to get through this Premier League season. Is all I'm saying. Like even Leon Delap looks kind of like he's useful at times because he's a foil for someone else. Everyone's hating on Gyok. No one's hating on Havertz anymore. Havertz was the most hated man in world football last season. Now it's like Gyokeres is getting all the heat or Odegaard's getting all the heat. It's taking the pressure off the others. So I think he's useful.
Yeah, can I say something as well, Martin? Can I say something as well? I like that we like to pick on Gyökeres. Yeah, he's probably the cheapest striker out of all the big
No, I'm
strikers.
picking on
No,
him,
hold on,
rightfully
let me
so.
finish. Let me
You're
finish.
making it look
Let
like
me-
I'm coming here
I
with
haven't
an
finished-
agenda.
I haven't finished what I'm
You're
saying.
making it
I
I'm
haven't said
coming here with an
anything.
agenda.
I haven't said anything, Mo. I said I like that you're picking on him. I
Oh
haven't
my
said a
God.
word. I haven't said a word. You've just jumped down my throat. And because you know it's an agenda. You know it's an agenda.
Hey,
That's why.
yo.
And I'll tell you why.
See, exactly.
why?
So I can read
Let me
you
ask
from
you a question.
I
Let
can
me
read
ask you a
from
question.
180
Let me
miles
ask you a
away from
question.
you.
Let me ask you a question,
180
Mo.
miles
Let
in
me ask you
Houston
a
here.
question.
I
Who
can
has
feel
missed the
pure
most?
energy from
Who
Austin.
has missed the
Literally.
most? Who has missed the most big chances this season?
Erling Haaland.
He's going to
Don't
Good.
defend
So
him, bro.
hold on. I'm not defending him. I'm
See,
saying
I can
saying-
answer straight.
I'm
Erling
even
Haaland
saying
has
that to
missed
you
the most
guys.
big chances.
Listen, Fonzie, I'm not defending him. What I'm saying is, Gyökeres is not even should not even be a conversation. Like, we know he's not good, but we keep bringing him up because we want to just point at something at Arsenal. Erling Haaland has missed the most big chances, scored the most goals in the Premier League this season. Are you going to turn around and say, "Oh, well, he's missed the most big chance"? No, strikers miss chances. Yes, he's missed sitters. And we know he's not good. We've already blamed him that he's not good. If he's missing sitters, why are we having a conversation about him? It's like me saying the food is tasteless, there's no salt in it, but then I come back and complain.
Oh, so you agree with
that's
me,
salt.
but you don't want me to talk about it.
No, because it's
So you
a-
agree? Say
because it's a
I agree with
it's
you,
a-
Mo, and
it's a
we're gonna
non-
move
it's
on.
a-
And I promise
no,
you, I will shut
it's
it down.
It's a
Say
non-conversation.
I agree with you, Mo. Okay, fine.
I don't agree with you
Say
that he's useless.
you don't agree. So that's
I don't
why we're
agree
having a
that he's
conversation.
useless.
See, this is why. See, Dayo, that's why we're
I
having a
don't agree
conversation.
that he's useless. You're saying he's useless. You're saying
No,
he's a
I
bad
didn't
player.
say the word useless didn't come. The word useless didn't come out of my
You
mouth.
said, what did you say Gyökeres was? What
I
was
said
the
he's
fucking
bad. I said
Okay,
he's a
so
bad striker.
I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's bad.
See, so there is a reason for the conversation.
No.
When
Because
people disagree on the panel, Dayo, let me talk. When people disagree on the panel, Dayo, that's why there's a conversation. Martin brought up something. Now you bring up something, but you say, okay, now you're saying, oh, but he's bad. Let's move on. And then you disagree with me and say he's not bad. So there is a conversation to be had.
Yeah. I don't think he's bad.
Tell me why he's not bad.
What is the definition of? Because for this Arsenal team that is top of the Premier League right now, for this Arsenal team that is top of the Champions League right now, for this Arsenal team that is in the semi-final, this Arsenal team that is in the fourth place round of the FA Cup and that have been performing the way it's been performing, Gyökeres is our highest goal scorer in this Arsenal team. It's disappointing to say it is. In all competitions, he's already scored, but maybe it is not something that you want to say outside in public, but it is what it is. So when you say he is bad, you are setting a different perception of standard for him according to what you are expecting from him and what he's delivering for us in the positions that we are in right now. So for me, I look at him in my team and I'm like, I wish I had a better striker, but so far so good. I've won more games with you leading the line. You may not be scoring all the goals, but I've won more games with you leading the line and getting me to where I am at. So your definition of bad, if you want to talk about player talent, individual talent, I'll shit on him. Let's talk about that. But if you're talking about what he brings to the table, so far so good. The proof is in the pudding. What's up on the table? The proof is in the pudding.
Match his GNA by the end of the season.
Yeah, the proof is in the pudding. We came to your stadium, and he was part of the people. He was there. We shat on you with him. So let's not do this. He is bad thing and just try and say, oh yeah, this is all that it is. Again, of all the top strikers that came into the Premier League this season, he's probably one of the cheaper ones. Let's look at the Ekitike costs more than he costs. Like literally, he's at 55.
They're not interested in price. They want step overs. They want easy on the eye striker that can score from anywhere.
Sesko costs more than him. We're not talking about Sesko from United. Like every single time it's about us. That's why this takes me off. If you want to talk football, let's talk football. This is why I call it an agenda. We know Gyökeres is bad, but even as bad as he is, in the Arsenal squad right now.
Hold on, you just said that. You just said we know Gyökeres is bad, but literally just 5 minutes ago you said he's not bad.
He's how bad?
No. It's how bad. Your definition of saying he's bad is you just basically Gyökeres is bad. Gyökeres is bad.
So do you think Gyökeres is bad or not bad? I want to just know your opinion.
He's not bad for this Arsenal team right now.
He's not bad. He's good. He's a good striker.
No, you're going around the circles.
I'm asking you, bro. He's going around circles, and then
there's only two good strikers in the Premier League right now.
Okay, no, don't. I'm gonna ask you. See, Dayo, I want to ask you a straight question. Dayo, I want to ask you straight. Is Gyökeres a good or a bad striker?
I think he's an okay striker. He's just okay.
Like Arsenal level. Okay, great. We're getting somewhere. Is he Arsenal level?
What is Arsenal's level? Like
I'm asking you. Is he Arsenal level?
You define the level to me because I don't know what level you're talking about.
Arsenal is a top club that needs a better striker than Gyökeres, in my opinion.
You
can ask a question and say you can ask a question.
Listen, I will do it. Mo, I will do it. I will take a better striker. But if you're asking me as of now, what I have, Arsenal's level right now is what? What top of the Premier League?
No, it's not. By the way, it's not forced. It's not forced, Stephen. I'm gonna say it again. Let me talk now, please, Dio. You've had your monologue. Let me talk now. Any Arsenal fan that is saying that it's a forced agenda, the reason why it's a conversation, because I don't like Gyokeres. I don't think he's a good striker for Arsenal.
That's a personal thing.
Deep in it. Oh.
I'm explaining to the people
I think the issue is he's not shit. He's just not the best striker that anyone's ever seen, and won't ever be close to being the best striker. He's just doing the functional stuff right now. I think he's got, what has he got, 13 GA or something like that? It's
no
not
competition.
bad. It's not terrible.
All right. If listen to this, yeah. If you win the league and you know all that stuff, and he plays the way he's playing, the next seasons, is this the striker to move forward with, or are you gonna get someone else in?
It all depends on what the club direction. But I would want somebody else. If you're asking a personal question, yeah. But again, you have to then look at what the club wants to do.
Okay.
But there's already talks of Julian Alvarez, right? There's talks of Julian Alvarez, which means there's probably conversations. No, hold on. I know what I'm saying. That means there's probably conversations in the club about, okay, let's get somebody better. We've seen that this did not work. But even in saying that, this season alone, in comparison, right? And I'm not trying to say you need to compare him to. You don't even compare him to the Haalands and the Ekitikes and any of those, because what has happened with him is he did well in Portugal. Wherever he was, and then he's come here, and we realized that this guy cannot fit into it. But yet, he's got 13 goals in all competitions for Arsenal. He's our highest goal scorer in the Premier League. We've won more games with him leading the line. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
you're getting Mo mad. Mo looks mad now. But like, before Mo goes off on you,
no, he admitted it, mate. He said it's not his top.
My thing is how bad. What is the
how you need a big guy. Sometimes you need a talented guy who's going to do tiki taka. Sometimes you need a Havertz who's going to do a giraffe thing and confuse everyone. There's times when you need a bully, and there's times when you need an artist.
Everybody's not going to have a Haaland, and that's the truth. There's not very many Haalands out there. There's not very many of them. And the few that are available are in other teams. So you end up with what you end up with, and you make it work. But when people try to shit on it and say, oh, you guys bought a £55 million striker and he's not performing, I'm like, he's probably one of the more cheaper ones as compared to Setzko's that came into United, that Ekitikes, and so what are we doing? And all of them, Ekitike has joined the ranks of people who have scored 10 goals now this season after 24 games today with his 2 goals. That means that in 23 games, he was at 8 goals. No different from Gyokeres, who's at 6 goals after the same 23 games. So what are we doing? It's like, I
saw Gyok pick up the ball today in like space and dribble towards 5 guys as if he was going to do something, and then just turned around and was like, actually, someone else take the ball. This isn't going to work. I think he realizes his limitations. Everyone knows his limitations. We're just going to have to work with that for the rest of the season.
Yeah, we have to work with what we have. I mean, I like conversations about the Julian Alvarez thing. That tells me the club is thinking about the future. I like the conversation that I'm seeing. But for now, there's a goal. The goal is to win the Premier League. And so help everybody God, if Gyökeres is the one that scores the winning goal from a set piece.
Yeah, don't let Gyok score on you guys. Don't let him score.
Help every single person, because I guarantee you this summer, you will not enjoy your World Cup. I will be in all of you's dreams. I will be in your dreams, haunting you. I'm letting you know now. So help you God that is a set piece, and it's Gyökeres that scores it with his head. It's over. It's over. Just see, all of you just leave the internet. Don't come back until next season.
What are you going to say, Mo?
No, I'm just going to say, as it stands, if Gyökeres continues with the same way of playing and Arsenal win the league, congratulations, you won the league despite having Gyökeres as your main number 9.
Ooh. Ooh.
And by the way, you know what? I'm not an Arsenal fan. So Dio can say that he's Arsenal fans and he likes Gyökeres. You got to back your player. I don't have to back your player. I'm analyzing the player how I see him. I don't think he's a bully, actually. I don't think Gyökeres is a bully. I think Havertz is a bully. Havertz is a fighter. I'm not the biggest fan of his, but he's a bully. Havertz knows how to rattle a defense. Gyökeres today, the only thing that he did good is that movement that he did, which is a striker move, but he doesn't even do this consistently, and the team is actually not serving him consistently for him to make that move. Right?
I think he did like 4 or 5 layoffs today. Hold up play was better than normal. Like, he actually got more touches than normal. It was good.
Couple of times, yeah. He completed 9 passes in the game, which is okay for a player that played that. It's not that bad, right? It's not that bad. If by the way, any Arsenal fan that likes Gyökeres and thinks that this is a good player, by the way, you're welcome to like the player. It's up to you. You can do whatever you want. I don't need to agree with you. This is my opinion on the player. I don't think the player is good. You know what I mean? I don't think the player is good. And the reason why, for the people that say that this conversation is forced, this is what football debates are about. I don't think he's good. Dio think he's good for Arsenal. Martin thinks he's useful. Marshall doesn't think he's useful.
You know what? You've got to give Mikel.
And I'm going to tell you something. Him being the top goal scorer for a team that their forward line, the third highest goal scorer, his own goals, is not flattering him. This is what I want to say. The rest of the team, let me talk now, Doc, please. The rest of the team are scoring goals, which is good. Zubamendi, fantastic header today, right? I would get it if Gyökeres is on 15 goals and there is someone else on 4 or 5. Gyökeres have scored 7 or 8 goals in the league, something like this, 6, 7 goals in the league, something like this. In 23 games, if he started 18 games, that's not good for a striker, right? It's not good for a striker. And it's not only about scoring the goals. I'm watching Gyökeres. I think he's a level below everyone else on the pitch technically, including the defenders, including Saliba and Gabriel. Just in first touch, passing, he's a level below everyone else, right? And I'm watching him, and I think that for someone, I was big Gyökeres, like, oh my God, he was good at Sporting, and I watched a couple of games, especially in the Champions League, he was good. For some whatever reason, he came to Arsenal, he lost his ability. I don't know what happened to him. I just don't know. You know what I mean? That is my take on Viktor Gyökeres.
How many strikers have scored 6 goals this season in the Premier League? Because this is the
I don't know. I don't need to look it up. I have eyes. I don't need to look it up.
So again,
I don't need to look it up.
Again, out of the rest of the 18,
you are defending your player blindly. You're defending your player blindly.
I have agreed that he's not good enough, right? I've agreed. But the way you paint it out is almost as though of all the strikers, he is the shittest of them all. And he's one of,
in my eyes, he's one of the. In my eyes, Gyökeres is one of the worst. Okay, let me tell you.
1 goal behind him.
In my eyes, he's one of the. Currently, I'm watching the Premier League 23
but
games.
That's the preference thing.
I need to make
is one behind him.
I need to make the statement so you can counter the statement. But let me finish the statement. In my opinion, Gyökeres is one of the worst strikers in the Premier League currently. That's what I think.
That's what, again, you said in your opinion.
Yes, and this is called. This is the panel. This is the panel, and I'm part of the panel, so I'm allowed to say my opinion.
No. I'm
allowed to say my opinion.
All I said is your opinions are not facts. Facts say different.
And I never said it's a fact. I never said my opinion
is fact.
It's my opinion.
I got rid of Nicholas Jackson. He had 10 goals in the league last season. That wasn't good enough.
I agree.
I just think the forwards in general and in football now, I just think the quality is poor. There's not many good strikers out there. I'll be so real. That includes Gyökeres.
Dio, would you take Giroud or Gyökeres?
I'll take Giroud right now, of course. I'm not saying Gyökeres is a good. Don't get me wrong.
I think I'd take Gyökeres over Giroud right now. So it's just an interesting.
Listen. Like I'm not even saying that Gyökeres is like this amazing striker who's done this. No. All I'm saying is first and foremost, Gyökeres is mid for me. Then he's not playing in the season where. Yeah, he's a mid striker.
When I say that, I have an agenda, remember?
No, you say bad. That's the difference.
Yeah.
You say bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
And the difference, exactly, and you don't like him. That's a personal opinion. So that will infer.
It's not that I don't like. It's not that I don't like him personally. The guy is harmless on the pitch. Like, he doesn't wind up people.
So for me,
I think he's a very well-mannered person. I think he's too well-mannered for me on the pitch. Actually, I genuinely believe he's too well-mannered for me on the pitch. Like, I like it.
Well,
I like my striker to be a little bit cheeky.
Nasty. Yeah.
Not nasty, but a little bit cheeky. You know what I mean?
Throw his weight around, innit? Throw his weight around and that stuff.
No, I hear all of that again. But for my thing is, at the end of the day, I look at what, and if by your opinion, and as bad as you say he is, he's literally the guy leading the line for a team that is actually top of the Premier League now, then you must give kudos
despite having him leading the line.
You must give kudos to the manager for how he has used him and how terrible.
Have you watched Footy Judge Mo before, or you haven't?
You must give kudos because again,
have you watched Footy Judge Mo before, or you haven't? Have you seen people cuss me and my mom on the internet because of my text on Arteta, or you haven't? Have you seen my whole family being torn apart on the internet because I rate Mikel Arteta, or you haven't, Dio?
No, I'm not
I
saying
know probably you haven't. Probably you haven't seen my family and my country being tarnished because I read Mikel Arteta.
I was very particular about what I said you give him credit for. I said you must give him credit for how he's using Viktor Gyökeres, because you are saying Gyökeres is bad. I'm not talking about Mikel Arteta as a whole. As a whole, I know you rate him. So don't do that. Don't bring that whole I rate him in general to a conversation that is very specific about his usage of Viktor Gyökeres. What I'm talking about, you giving him kudos for saying, well, I know Gyökeres is a bad player. Use those words, you call him bad. But Mikel Arteta has been able to get something out of this bad player to put him at the top of the league, the top of the Champions League, a chance to win a Carabao Cup, and probably go on to win an FA Cup too. You have to own that crap. You're not going to sit
I
there.
honestly don't think it's that important. I think that we've got more important things like the Odegaard situation, whether he's going to be a starter, whether Eze is going to hit the level. Like, I think there's a lot more issues. Gyökeres is just focused on. He's like a good scapegoat for everyone else to like hide underneath his skirts.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, it opens the door for everybody else, isn't it? Really, Martin. So yeah, there you go. If everybody focuses on him, then it's opening the doors.
It's not about pressure points.
No, let me do it. 2 hours. 2 hours show is long.
It's crazy. It is
actually long. English teams in the Champions League will be madness. Yeah, bro. Yeah, 100%. We'll see how it goes. I hope I get the easiest route.
But 1 second, Mo. Dio was asking about his goal scoring. You know, like you asked about Gyökeres' goal scoring, Dio. Yeah? He's amongst midfielders, bro. 6 goals. It's only midfield. There's no striker.
Yeah, I know. Again, but again, if you look at,
I'm just letting you know.
I agree.
Fernandez, Gakpo, players like that. You know what I mean?
Yes. No, fair enough. Which is why I called him mid, and I also said if you look at the league this season, outside Erling Haaland,
terrible players.
Outside Erling Haaland, Igor Thiago, and Hugo.
You want to die on this hill, Dio? Huh?
You want to die on
this hill?
You're missing the point, though. I agree. I called him mid, and I said yes. You can say he's amongst the midfielders and the players. You can call him whatever. My point is also every other striker in the league is also falling into that category of 9 goals and below. He scored 6 goals, so he's probably the next.
But he scored more than everybody else. You know what I mean?
My point is every other striker, you list them. The Sescos, the João Pedro just got to his 9th goal today, right? He was on 8 after 23 games too, which means he was only 2 goals ahead of Gyökeres, and he's miles better than Gyökeres. But yet he was on 8 goals. Like, my point is, he's a terrible player, you guys, that you've called him, according to your opinion and your facts. But yet, all the better players they are talking about are not miles ahead of him in contribution, in goal contribution, which is what I'm standing.
Just do this.
So it's not about dying on that hill.
Just that's all you need to say.
It is done. It is done.
Big up to Dio, man. He's defending his guy to the hill.
Saliba is more technical. Saliba is more technical than Haaland. Yeah, but Haaland scores abundance of goals and his movement is elite.
Haaland, man, come on.
And also, what are we saying? Haaland shooting is ridiculous. It's phenomenal. It's amazing. Like, there is too many things. Like, you can say more technical than Haaland. I would disagree. There is way more aspects of Haaland's game: header, movement, finishing. Yeah. Like, a lot of stuff that Haaland does that as
how Pep uses him.
Yeah, man.
Gvardiol is more technical than Gyökeres. Oh my God, no, Gvardiol is more technical than Gyökeres. Maybe. Pick up everyone.
You should compare Gvardiol to his mates. Compare him to his mates. Don't compare him to Gyökeres. This is the problem with football. We can't have a footballing conversation because people like this.
We're trying, but you're not. We're trying.
No, because everything is through a megaphone of banter. It all has to be banter.
So you are coming to my channel, and you're coming to my channel. You have been doing shows with me for 2 years now.
About the super chat. Are you the super chat? The Gvardiol super chat. Are you Gvardiol super chat?
No, but you called me on that. You think that I'm coming
to super chat. I said that people like this.
I enjoy Dio, man. I enjoy it, man. Keep going, Dio.
Please, what is it, Jerry?
I love doing shows with Dio, man.
Mo
wants to have my head.
Mo driving to Austin tonight.
Honey,
it's under. Imagine, guys. Inshallah, soon me and Dio will actually do the show here in my studio here. Inshallah, soon. His underlying numbers are the worst in the league. No, but don't say that, Kenny. Dio is
Oh, yeah,
gonna
that's,
die.
I agree, but it's still he's in a
no.
team that is at the top of the Premier League with 7 points, so he's
Which
undermining
makes it
somebody.
even worse.
No, he's not.
That he should be scoring more goals.
Then you should be afraid because once it clicks, you are all in trouble. He's
You've been saying
undermining
it all
Don't,
season,
don't,
man.
don't do that. Don't do that.
He's
Big
already
word.
at the-
You've been saying it all season, bro.
Don't do the Liverpool
now,
thing.
let us be shameless. Now let us be shameless. Now
Be shameless. You be shameless. I'm not
Don't do
shameless.
what I done, Dio. Don't do it, mate.
Let's be shameless.
Don't do what Hussam in the beginning of the season. They kept saying when it clicks, and it
Yes.
never clicked.
Listen, it has not clicked for Arsenal, but was 7
We're still
points
waiting, man.
top of the Premier League.
Bro,
He
Liverpool
hasn't
is still waiting for it to
We're
click.
waiting,
so-
man. We're waiting for that day. Nobody's picking
Big
anyway.
up everyone that
Don't
is
worry,
here. We're
Fuzzy,
4
you'll
likes
click,
away
you'll
from 200. Let me just finish the show. Fozzy TV, guys, in the description. Casually FC, big up for the raid, of course, from Marshall. So go and support the boys, of course. The Gunner Edge, Dio, is actually here. Did you put your match action out?
No, not yet today, man. Dude,
All right. So the Gunner Edge, check out
I
Dio.
have a video out coming out tomorrow. I'll finish
Big
it.
up people.
Yeah.
Hit that like button. Appreciate everyone supporting the channel. I will see you guys tomorrow. And we'll see you guys the next time. This will take you to Marshall, to Sarcasm City TV. We'll see you guys there.
Oh, Marshall, do it. You know you want.
No.